Okie dokie, I believe we are all the way live. Hello and welcome to my graveyard. I am your host of the evening, the Cemetery Man from Salem, Mass. Always taking names of kicking candy ass. Live in Little Color here with you on Grande's Graveyard. Tonight, I am welcomed by a longtime friend, legendary guest host, and just an absolute master of horror knowledge, if you will. He is the one, the only, Don Nice. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, Triple P? How are you doing, man? Looking forward to watching this again today for the third time. I've seen it twice already today doing my research. So I'm excited to watch it again, see what other kind of new shit I can find. So, yeah man, I'm down. I'm definitely down to watch this little Tobe Hooper. R.I.P. Tobe.
Oh, yes, definitely. Rest in peace, Toby. We're celebrating the 40th anniversary of this one back in March, I believe, is when this came out, like second week of March. So I'm super excited about that. Aiden Vavre's in the house. I know this is one of his favorite movies of all time. He's a big Tobe Hooper enthusiast.
Gave it a 10 out of 10.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. King Me Gore's in the house. He's chilling like a villain. Corey, what's going on, good brother? Our review for Intruder drops tomorrow on his channel. If everyone hasn't checked out Summertime Slashing, please do. We had a really fun. I did my Dan Hicks impersonation, Don. I think you'd be proud of me.
Oh, snap. Nice. I'll check it out. That's pretty cool.
Dude, yeah, no doubt. But how have you been, man? Before we get into it, I figure we catch up a little bit, no?
Yeah, man, I'm doing all right. We're out of school, so it's like the middle of the summer for me. Not a whole lot going on, man. Had a good 4th of July. How about you?
I had a wonderful 4th of July. We got good weather here, thankfully. Had some burgers, some dogs, a little cornhole, a little swimming in the pool. You know, good people, good times, nothing but good vibes, man. It was a really, really nice holiday. And I don't know, I've just enjoyed this whole short week of work. I mean, I can't believe it's Friday tomorrow. It's wild up.
Dude, it's so nice to get together with people, man, after this last year and a half. You know what I mean? It's nice to see people out and hanging out and having a good time and, you know, drinking some beer, like you said, some brats and some burgers and some fireworks. So yeah, man, it's just nice to see people out getting together, man. It's been a rough year and a half. I know you agree.
Oh, definitely. And it's yeah, I know it's the camaraderie, the normalcy. That's the shit I miss the most.
Yeah,
and
me
to
too.
Get back together with people and just, you know, shoot the shit and not have to wear a mask. And
I know, right? That's the best part.
It's funny, for something for 20-something years, I took it for granted, you know.
No shit, man.
Like another 4th of July. No, it's special. Right. Now it's
it's even more special.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's nice to see people getting out and enjoying themselves for sure.
100% agree. I gotta ask about your Dodgers. I know you're a big baseball buff just like me, man. What do you think so far about this season? I know they got no hit, but since then they've looked red hot to me.
Well, actually, they lost 3 out of 4 from the Marlins this last series. Really? Yeah, we won today, 6-1, but yeah, we lost 3 out of 4. So, you know, and Kershaw's out on the DL. Bauer, obviously, with his lady problems. What the fuck is going on? Anyway, so yeah, it looks like it's going to be an uphill battle. I mean, we are in a good position. We won a ton of games. We won 54, 55 games or something like that. So, you know, it could go well. I don't know what to expect from the rest of the year, man. I know your team is actually looking not too shabby. I don't know what you were expecting this season, but I know you got to be pretty happy with what's going on with them.
I'm thrilled, man. I actually went on Monday night. They won. They beat very good Brewers team, and they're in first place. Yeah. Both our teams, if it ended today, would be in the postseason. So that's really rare, especially because my team, your team's been the team to beat for about 10 years, but my team, it's pretty rare air. So I'm excited. I've been enjoying the year. It's been old school type of baseball. You know, they've been pitching really well, not hitting very much, but it's just been so entertaining to watch night in, night out, these guys dealing and guys that have been surprised. You know, Taijuan Walker, Marcus.
I know, right? I know. Well, there's a surprise on the other end too with Lindor, but hopefully he picks it back up. You know, I know what he got like a 650 OPS, so you know you expect a little bit more out of him.
Yeah, no, and I will say though, I like the guy, and I think he brings a very good, positive,
totally good dude. Well, you know, he played for the Indians, and he played his minor league ball or AAA ball here in Columbus, and the fans absolutely loved him. You know, he always had a good time, smile on his face. So yeah, he's definitely a good guy for the clubhouse. That's for darn sure.
You go.
It's probably nice. Go ahead.
Yeah. You go to Cleveland Indian games? I know you're probably not flying to LA to see.
No, I've never been to LA to see a Dodger game, if you can believe that. It's one of the things my wife and I want to do. So, but no, I haven't gone to. I've been to Cleveland, but not to see the Dodgers. I usually go down to Cincinnati to see the Dodgers play. So we're heading down there in September for a series between them and the Dodgers. So yeah, excited about that. Hopefully at that point we're not out of it or anything. That would suck.
I don't think so. I mean, congratulations on the World Series. I mean, you guys are still the team to beat.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hey, listen, I know it was a short season, but damn it, it's been a long time. 1988 was the last time. So yeah, I'll take anything.
Yes, and the fact that they had been there for so many years consistently, and just every single time, if it wasn't one thing, it was another.
Yeah, disappointment after disappointment.
Finally win it, you know.
Yep.
I was cheering for you guys big against Tampa.
Nice, and it's nice to see that the team on the other side of town from you isn't doing all that great. That's pretty nice to see. Huh?
Dude, we took 2 out of 3 from them, man. I was going crazy.
I know. Well, I was watching, and I'm telling my wife, I'm like, oh, I know John's digging this, man. You know, so I was excited. You know what I mean? So yeah, I knew you had to be happy about that. So
thrilled. I can't wait to see how it all wraps up. I hope we can win the division. It would be a really nice thing. No matter what happens from there, it would just be a nice thing to get over the hump. And my Red Sox do good this year is what I'm hoping. Ty Junebug Films. Your Red Sox is doing pretty damn good, man. I would not be worried if I'm you. If I think in the American League, they've got to be the favorite. Aiden Vavra, I became a big Tobe Hooper fan enthusiast last year. I had a huge marathon. I watched all his films from Eggshells to Gin. It was a fun ride with a few bumps, and even lesser films are entertaining.
Actually, if you watched Eggshells and Gin, you probably needed some gin. Those are rough. Anyway.
The D is silent and erased.
Exactly. Anyway,
Eggshells,
no, I'm with
Eggshells. I know it was a lost film for years, but I've never seen Eggshells. I know.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, obviously it's early stuff, but you know, it's pretty rough. Pretty like with most, you know, directors, their early stuff's kind of hard to get through. So, but
completely. Let's just hope it's better than Dark Star. The whole Broncos team is out for the season. Well, that would be pretty devastating. I hope not for Ty Junebug's sake. Hey, Junebug, Ryan Snyder's in the house. What's up, motherfuckers? How's it going?
What's up, Ryan Snyder? What's up, baby?
Ryan Snyder, the science guy. Gotta love it. But yeah, we've got a full house. We've got a fun house, if you will. We're going to be doing live fan commentary on this son of a gun right here. I'm super excited to have you on for this. I know this is one you like, and you were telling me before we went live, this is one, before today at least, you hadn't seen it in quite some time.
Yeah, it's been a couple years, and like I said, this is going to be my third time watching it today. I watched this movie, you know, just for the enjoyment, and then I'm like, "What the hell? There's a commentary on here. Might as well watch that too." So I did. You know, obviously, like I said, man, I don't have a whole lot going on with school out, so I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." And here we are again, going to watch it again. Like I said, hopefully we'll learn something new.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so too, and I'm excited because I did not listen to the commentary you listened to. I actually watched the Tobe Hooper interview on YouTube, and I actually watched quite a few interviews with some of the cast members. But I guess we can get right in. AJ Zitro's in the house. He says, "Hello, buds. What's going on, my friend? Hope all is well with you, Mr. Zitro." I'm gonna start it as soon as you guys say go. So we'll do a countdown, Ryan. No worry.
Go. No, just kidding.
Jin has cool scenes, but it was a mess of a film. I know it wasn't Hooper's fault. The studio's not knowing what film he wanted. It's a shame that was his swan song, but I mean, I don't know.
Listen, man, he had all kind of problems with the studio. You know, the whole studio system. You know what I mean? I mean, he would have just been better off just to say, you know, fuck you and just do his own shit, because that's when he did his best stuff, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is a prime example of that. I really do. Like this particular movie we're going to watch is a perfect example of that. So, absolutely. All right, I guess we'll give the people a countdown and we can get into all sorts of things. Oh, no way. Do we have matching remotes?
Actually, we both have LG. Wait, where's it? LG, baby. Hell yeah.
That was not planned. I swear. I was like, wait a minute. Where have I seen that remote? There it is. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, boom. Press and play.
All right.
We got Universal logo, baby.
Yeah, and you see that in this movie a lot of Universal shit in this, you know, with Frankenstein and the shit on the walls of the little boys' room. Well, we'll get there.
Yeah, and I think the thing with this too, for me, I know everybody always is like, oh, this is a great 81 slasher, and they're not wrong. I always looked at this though as so much more than a slasher movie for me. Like similar to
definitely.
Texas Chainsaw in the feel and the tone of it to me, like very similar.
Yeah. Do you think that this is kind of Tobe Hooper's maybe his art horror movie? You know what I'm saying? It had a little Argento with the with the colors, and it's crazy what he was able to do with a circus slash funhouse type atmosphere. You know what I mean, with colors and things like that. I found that really interesting. Something I never really paid much attention to before.
Yes, and what I wasn't sure of is it's funny. Tobe Hooper's one of those guys that I never think from the technical aspect of the filmmaking business.
Right.
But with this particular movie, I think he went to the well. He really did. He actually shot this in anamorphic Panavision.
Yes.
It's a very thicker, it's a lot much more of a thicker glass. And it is a bitch for the lighting supervisors and the DOP. They have to get the lighting just right. But I mean, when you watch this, especially on this Blu-ray, I mean, this Blu-ray just pops off the screen. The colors, it's absolutely incredible. I'm glad that he went the extra mile, went above and beyond, because you're right. This is a very artsy effort from him. Like, you don't get this art in Chainsaw or Salem's Lot. You get that in here, and I don't know, it just has a bigger feel to it to me. I love it. I agree with you. Yeah, this is his artsy horror film for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, Chainsaw, Salem's Lot, they have their merits. Don't get me wrong, art wise, but this, like you said, he kind of went above and beyond what he usually did. He was usually going for atmosphere and scare, and in this one, there was a lot of different colors, and I don't know. It reminds me of like a neon sign. This movie does. The whole movie's like a neon sign. And like I said, I guess I never really delved that deep into this movie before. I just watched it to enjoy it. And then I really found that in this movie. So very, very interesting for Tobe Hooper for sure.
Completely. And I'm happy that he went for it because
me too.
He was still really an up and comer at this point. Like he had made a couple of movies, but not, I don't think to the point where his reputation was, I guess the Chainsaw will forever solidify his reputation, but this was really a studio film, a Universal Studio film with a lot of Universal monster shit in it. As I see Frankenstein on the wall, and
I always thought it was hilarious. This kid's room has like maces on the wall and swords and knives. I'm like, what kind of fucking kid is this? I didn't have any friends like this. Did you?
No.
They wouldn't have been friends very long, at least. Let's just put it that way.
This kid would have got along with Corey Feldman in part 4 of Friday the 13th.
Right, exactly. Tom Savini's creations in his room. Yeah.
Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was the last thing they shot, was like the opening of this film. I believe.
Oh, really?
This was after they wrapped principal photography. This was actually the last thing they went back and shot, which I think is funny. It's the beginning.
Right. Well, I wonder if the producer said, look, we need some titties in this movie. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
Oh, it definitely could. But it's funny because like this beginning of the movie, it feels like your very standard slasher opening. But of course they do the twist of, okay, it's just a little kid. And it's like, it feels almost like a harken back to Psycho, stuff like that. But the rest of the movie, I mean, this doesn't even fit in with the rest of the movie.
No,
to me.
It really doesn't.
It could easily be a different thing, which is, that's why when they say, this was the last thing we filmed, that makes total sense to me because it doesn't feel like the rest of the movie to me. Oh, yes. Oh, man.
She was only just 18 when this was filmed.
That I didn't know, man.
Yeah.
Yes, at the beginning. Yeah, those are some fucking nice. Holy shit.
Do you think this is a homage to Halloween?
Yes.
I know he says it's not. And I'm like, for real? What else you got, bro? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because that's exactly what everyone thinks when you see it, right? But he claims that there wasn't any kind. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how you say that, but yeah.
I think this feels very much more like the producer's idea. I mean, you got Yitz, you've got Halloween callback, you've got Universal Monster callback, you've got Psycho callback with the girl in the shower.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel Tobe, that's for sure. So maybe that's why he denies it.
Could be.
This is definitely, I mean, the POV and the hand, and how could it not be? And not a problem.
No, definitely not. But it could be a reference to Giallo too. You know what I mean, with the gloved hand and the POV shot and all that. And the
The
titties.
black top hat, what the kid's
Yeah,
wearing behind
yeah. You
the.
know what I mean. So it's
This is
like
something
a
you'd see
trench
in a
coat.
Roberto Lindsay film or something.
Right. And one thing I thought when I saw this both times, and I'm like, that kid, like he got no problem seeing his sister in the shower naked. I guess that'd be weird to me. I don't.
Yeah, no, that's fucking weird, man. Like, I don't know.
And he already
he
stabbed her
really,
13 times. I don't know.
If I did this to myself, I would get the shit kicked out of me as a
right,
kid.
right.
She
Exactly.
would hit me with a left, right hook, and that would have been the end of my dumb ass.
Game over.
Yeah, for real. Eaten Alive, Invaders from Mars, TCM Part 2, and Life Force are incredibly stylish films. I would say Hooper is up there with Argento with his use of colors. Wow, that's high praise. I don't know. I love Life Force. That feels more like his Hammer horror effort because it's very much like those movies. And TCM Part 2 definitely has some good uses of color. And as does Eaten Alive. Spontaneous combustion, eggshells, and the Mangler have their moments of silence sequences.
Yeah,
Definitely
I see Life Force. Life Force is a very blue movie.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you're talking about the use of the color blue, I'm all with you, but that movie is blue to the core.
Yeah, definitely.
And Eaten Alive
used a lot of red.
Yes,
that was a big color.
Yeah, Eaten Alive, I definitely could see where you're coming from, though. There is some good use of color in that film. Not one of my favorites, not one I've seen more than a couple times, but yeah, I definitely could see that.
I know we both love Matilda May.
Oh God, she was only like 18 or 19 when that movie was made too.
Toby knew how to cast them,
man.
I'm
telling you, damn.
Wolfman, then Bride of Frankenstein on TV. This is like they're just like, okay, please accept Gunther as the next Universal horror monster.
I'll tell you what, Kevin Conway in this movie is absolutely amazing.
He
absolutely
is
amazing,
fantastic.
Yeah,
to the point where Don and you may laugh at me for this. When I first watched this movie, I didn't realize he was all three guys.
Oh, I didn't either. No, definitely.
Clue. Had absolutely no clue. And then I was like, wait a minute, that's the same guy. And then he's all three Barkers. Wild, man.
Yeah. The parents in this movie, wow, could they be more ho-hum? You know what I'm saying? It's like later on they come back, but I'm like, wow, maybe they ran out of money. I know, I can't remember the guy's name, but I know he's been in a few other movies too. It's actually shows she. So I don't know. I just thought it was really weird. They were just kind of like robots with their lines. You know what I mean?
You might be right. I'm pretty sure that this sequence in the house is the last thing that they shot. So it's just like, maybe they did run out of money. Maybe they were just like, throw something together. We just need the bland opening.
It's like they're reading it off a card on the wall or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you can see what I like too is like, if you look at the very top or very bottom of the screen, you can see it's a little bit hazy. That's from the lens that they used. I think that's so, I love that. It adds so much more, like that old school Panavision aesthetic. Like I love films that are shot on film. Like today it's all digital.
Right.
And that's all well and good too. But like something like this, it very much feels like a theatrical, I don't know. I love the look of this movie. It's a beautiful looking movie.
I'm with you. Now they used to deliver movies in canisters, and now they send a thumb drive to the theaters. Did you know that?
Yeah,
I'm like, that's just. I mean, come on, man.
He told the story on the interview I watched where he was sending a guy to when they did initial shots, like they did principal photography, like just the first few shots. That he sent a guy to the airport with it, and he lost the canisters, and they had to go back and reshoot some of that footage for some of the stuff. And he was pissed. He was like, "Man, that was some good stuff, but we got to go back and redo it." And it's still. I mean, you'd never know if he didn't tell you. But I could only imagine. I wonder where those canisters ended up. Like, are they in somebody's basement somewhere now?
Oh yeah, I'd like to get my hands on those just to have for. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'm watching this. I have the same Scream Factory release, but I'm watching the DVD. It's not the Blu-ray.
Okay.
And it still looks incredible. It still looks incredible, even on DVD. I am watching it on a upscaled 4K player and a 4K TV, but man, it still looks really, really good.
I remember, I don't know if you remember the old DVD, like it was basically this cover, but was a close up on the face. That DVD, I believe, was MGM. It was bad looking.
Garbage.
Like, dark. It was, I remember being like, this is one that needs that treatment. And thankfully they came to the rescue and gave us a proper release. I'm sure the DVD looks good too. This is that movie that definitely needed the special edition treatment, I think. And I'm glad it got that.
What do you think about these other characters, these kids? That dude looks like he's 37 years old. But
I believe he was 30 years old when they were
Was he really?
Yes.
Dang. And he was hooking up with an 18-year-old chick. That's bananas. Way to go, bro.
I had a friend, he was maybe like 10 years older than me. He's since moved away, but he always used to say, bro, my eyes will always be 18.
That's right. That's right.
I'm like, you're a sick bastard. He was like, nope. He was like, I may one day be old and 60 years old or whatever, and my back will be broken, but my eyes will always remain 18.
Good point. Talking about, I believe it was Aiden that mentioned Texas Chainsaw Massacre, part 2. I was going to tell you this. I didn't want to give anything away, but in the commentary, Tobe Hooper talks about he was in talks with someone else to make TCM2 before they made it. Guess who it was? It was John motherfucking Milius. Apocalypse Now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was talking to John Milius about making Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 like in the late 70s, which I thought would have been bananas. I don't know if John was going to write it and Tobe was going to direct it, but that would have been crazy. John Milius writing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Isn't that crazy?
It's so weird. I couldn't imagine anybody but Tobe Hooper coming back to do part 2. But yeah, I don't know what capacity would it have been. Would it have been just a writing credit?
Probably just the writing, but like I said, you're talking about Apocalypse Now, John Milius in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre canon. That would have been pretty crazy.
That would have been really crazy. I wonder how that film would have turned out if he made it around this time as opposed to the latter half of the 80s. Like, this one definitely has more of a feel of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre than even Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 has. Like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is purposely a black comedy. By the way, this actress's name escapes me. What an outfit. Bright purple, bright red pants.
Man.
Shades of Terry McMinn from Texas Chainsaw, I believe.
Oh, there you go.
Pants, not shorts.
Right. Yeah. Damn.
What's her name? Laura something. What the hell's her damn name?
I don't know. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't.
Yeah, I tried to load IMDb before and it wouldn't load, so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to test anything. Good looking girl too. She hardly did anything other than this.
The other girl, not
the blonde girl, not Elizabeth.
Actually, this Elizabeth Barrage went on and did like Amadeus or something, right? Didn't?
Yeah. She wanted to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, still working, I believe.
Yeah, interesting choice for a final girl too. Like not a standout, like not somebody you'd be like, oh man, that's Final Girl written all over her, but she holds her own. I think she does a really good job in this movie. I like the main cast. It very much reminds me of like Alan Danziger and Terry McMinn. And, the whole Chainsaw Paul A. Partain. Like it's basically the four of them without Paul A. Partain. It's the two boyfriends, the two girlfriends. It's the same setup.
Without the crazy annoyance.
And the wheelchair and
right.
Come on, Franklin, it's gonna be a fun trip. I love this shot of the hitting the mallet on the. Oh, that's such a cool shot.
It is.
Man, this thing pops. TCM2 is easily my favorite horror sequel of all time. It's one of those films you have to see to believe it's a definition of batshit insane. I don't know if I go that far. That's some high praise for Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. John Steele re-sleeved. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? Classic film here. Hell yeah, man. Celebrating its 40th anniversary. I know we're a couple months later, but I don't know. I plan to do it in March. Anyway.
Yeah, Aiden, I got to be honest with you, brother. I'm not a huge fan. I don't know. I'm sure we've talked about it, but not a huge fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I think I've seen it like 4 or 5 times, and I just can't do it, man. I don't know what it is. Maybe because John will tell you I'm not big on humor in my horror, especially overt. You know what I mean? So that might have something to do with it. A lot of great, portrayals in that movie. But as a whole, it's rough for me, man. I just can't get through it. I don't know what my deal is, but I've tried. Like I said, I've tried 4 or 5 times. It's just not my thing. I'd rather watch 3 100 times before I watch 2.
I like 3 better myself. Yeah, I'm a big fan of I think part 3 is super underrated.
I do too.
I love it. I think it's a really good film. Now, let me ask you: did you when you were a kid? Did you go to any carnivals, fairs, or anything like this?
Well, I'm from a really small town, so we had a thing called Betty Zane Days, which was something that we had every summer. So every summer, it was in my town. It's it was a huge deal there. It was probably very similar to what we're watching right now on the Funhouse. But yeah, man, every chance I got. What about you? Do they have that kind of shit where you're at, or did you have to?
Yeah, they do actually. There's a little church, and they do the fair. It's called the St. Rose Fair. It's actually coming up like next week. They'll have it again, and what they do, they have all these rides. It's not carnival like this per se. It's more like, it feels like an amusement park.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy going, and like the zipper. And remember as a kid, it was just such a fun thing.
Yeah, man, it takes you back, doesn't it? It takes you back to when you were a kid.
It does. Like watching this movie, it puts me in such a good mood, because this is something I would do on a summer night with a bunch of friends. Right. We'd get cotton candy or Zeppelis and play all the carnival games and stuff like that. And I don't know. It takes me back to a simpler time. That's another reason I really like this movie. It's very relatable to me. Like I did a lot of this stuff. Not quite this, but close enough to the point where I'm like, wow, like
right, sure. This scene right here, and that old lady's pretty interesting too. And I thought she would have a bigger part in the movie. You know what I'm saying? The old lady in the bathroom. But this part right here, anybody I'm probably the oldest person who watches and all your shit. But at this time, it was a big deal. Like, kids getting abducted. And if you remember Adam, oh God, what's his name? The guy that had the TV show where America's Most Wanted.
Okay.
His son was abducted probably around this time, the early 80s. And like they were searching for him, and then they ended up finding his kid's body and his head in a different place and shit. Anyways, so that scene right there I think that's what they were kind of going with there. That dude was trying to pick up that little kid, and they were going for that little bit of weirdness, But I think, it reminded me of that time because, they were teaching us in school, don't talk to strangers and all that crazy shit. You know what I mean? So that's what that made me think about when I saw it. Like they kind of threw that in there as a reference to the times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. That's the cool thing when you watch certain films. Like you'll see stuff like that where you're like, holy shit, like that's just totally referencing something that was just relevant at this time. This is some of the real anomalies they used here. Hats off to Tobe Hooper, because it would, like today they would do like an effect and it just wouldn't work like that. Oh my God. With 2 heads. That is scary shit.
That's probably real, bro.
That is real. It's real. It's not even anomaly.
It's not even makeup. Damn. Yeah, that scared the shit out of me.
That's what's so cool about this movie, is that the anomalies are actually real. Like, so it gives that authenticity to it. And granted, they didn't have anything like that at the fair I went to as a fucking kid. If I seen that, then I don't know if I would have stopped hamburgers for a month or would have ran home. I don't know, but that shit would have scarred me if I saw that in like real life.
Like one time I went to the Chernobyl fair and it had, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's pretty crazy because they have that shit here. They have that at the Ohio State Fair. You can go in and see that kind of, you could go in and see a bearded lady and all kind of crazy shit.
Oh, man. Shit. I've never seen a bearded lady.
Oh, yeah. You haven't?
No. I guess I'm not living it.
Not one that was in the fair or at the carnival.
No.
Oh, shit. One time I went in the bathroom, lady was shaving. No.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, this was actually this thing with the cleft palate in the jar. That was Rick Baker designed that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I believe, was this the same year as was this the same year as Werewolf in London?
Yeah, no, 81. Yeah.
Wow, isn't that wild?
Yeah, it is.
So freaking cool.
Man, I wish I could go back and do it again. You know what I mean? And experience
all these
things for the
fucking
first
films
time.
in a theater, man.
Yeah.
It's like a horror fan's dream. Dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Go experience it.
This is one I would
again.
actually like to see on 35 millimeter someday. Like if it ever, you know.
You got to click on what John Steele said.
Grande, you should do a big group watch of something and call Grande's Pajama Jammy Jam. Well, I mean, if I end up doing that, John, I promise I will give you credit. Okay? I will give you, and you'll be there. We missed a couple of. By the way, I love this fat lady thing. This porcelain fat lady, so scary.
Oh yeah. Well, later on, yeah. Well,
yeah, the fat lady sings towards the end.
There he is.
And there's Kevin Conway. Yep.
Does such a
the voice he uses.
Oh yeah, man. Well, that's part of the reason you can't tell that it's him in all three parts is because he does different voices. That's him right there too.
That's him right there too.
That's
yeah, when I first watched the Blu-ray, I was like, "What the fuck? That's the same guy." I was like, I never noticed that on the old DVD. I never fucking noticed.
Well, how did he have those lamb chops and cover it up? You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe they did it at different times or whatever. But
this in here, he portrays like a much older man.
Yeah, it's bananas, and he didn't really do a whole lot. You know what I mean? Makeup wise, it's not like they did a ton of stuff. He just fell into those parts that well, you know.
Yeah, and I believe that was his one condition of taking the role. Like he wanted to play this Barker, and he was like, the only way I'll do that Barker is if I could do all three. And Toby was like, well, how great would that be for the creative aspect if he tries to do something different for all three Barkers? And I think he knocked it out of the park. I think he's just great in this, like to the point where I didn't notice. So that's saying something.
Yeah. One of the things I thought about too when I was watching this earlier today was not that it was boring, but it took a long time for you to even know what the fuck was going on in this movie. I mean, I think it's like 39 minutes before, you know, like most, if you want to consider this a slasher movie, there's an inciting incident in most slasher films where you kind of know what they expect. This, you know, if you didn't know what you were getting into, I mean, if you didn't see the trailers or, you know, you would have no idea what this was about.
Exactly. That's it, for a good half of it. It's like it's just a drama, like a coming of age movie almost.
Right. Oh yeah.
You're like, okay. That's why when people go, "Oh, this is a slasher," I'm like, not really though. Like this, it doesn't have much of the formula. It doesn't.
Right.
It's a setup. It's the promiscuous teens getting picked off, but that's really where the similarities kind of end. And I think this movie is it's so much more. I don't know. I like this movie a lot.
Well, that might be part of the reason it doesn't get as much credit as it deserves, is because people just expect it to be, and even though it doesn't end up being that, they still call it a slasher film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that slasher films aren't good films, because I'm a slasher fanatic, but I'm just saying, you know, maybe that's why it doesn't, because it's lumped in with all the other films from this.
Yes, and it's marketed as that. Like it's like on paper, it sounds like that, and you hear Tobe Hooper, so you think that like it checks off all the boxes, but it's so much more, I think, and that's why I think the Funhouse kind of stands out in his filmography as one of his best movies for me, at least. Like this and Salem's Lot to me are right up there with his second best movie.
Man, Salem's Lot scared the shit out of me as a kid, man.
Scared what I mean? As an adult, dude.
right.
That scene where they're fucking like towards the beginning where they're unloading the chains in the basement and they fucking like they both get shook and they run out. That like,
man.
Pause it. I was like, fuck, that just scared the shit out of me. The scratching at the window.
Oh yeah. God, yeah. What's his name rocking in the chair? You know, yeah.
That's a good movie.
It is. It's. I mean, you got to be able to set some time aside to watch it. But yeah, it's a fantastic film.
Yeah, absolutely. I like this little gag here with this is like the kind of rouges they try to pull over you when you're at something like this. I love this. There's lights. Is there a doctor? Like I love it. Please watch and review a film called Funland. John Steele. I'm about to blow your mind. I have seen Funland, and believe it or not, I am a fan. Unfortunately, that movie would be erased today. There's some very unpolitically correct shit in it. But
is that the one that takes place at the amusement park? And I think
So it's
that sounds familiar.
I can't think of the fucking voice actor's name. He was in a lot of stuff as voice actor. And he gets laid off. He's like this clown at the park. He gets laid off. And it's basically him trying to come to terms with it. And he pretty much gets a gun and things escalate. It's a great movie. Funland is pretty underrated. What throws me off is it's presented as if it would be funny, and it's really not. It's a fucking crazy film. It's a lot
I've never
like
seen
what Joker would become. It's like a precursor to what that Joker movie would become. It's a good one. We're directed by the guy that brought us Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. So
it was.
Yes, that was the movie he made before those two. That movie got him the job for Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, which is pretty cool enough.
There they are smoking dope, dude.
Yep, this is the classic, you know.
Damn.
Just this one has such a good atmosphere to it too.
It does.
It just feels like a summer night. It's just, oh man, I know, I love it. Do you know where did they shot this in Florida? Right?
Yes. Yep.
Do you know what part of Florida?
Dade County, I believe, is what they said in the commentary. But yeah, this movie definitely has that atmosphere that takes me back, and that's probably, I think I told you, before we started going live here, I talked to you, and I felt like this movie kind of has and people are probably going to think that I mean this in a bad way, but like a TV movie vibe. And I definitely don't mean that in a bad way. I was talking about Dark Knight of the Scarecrow and things like that, which I love, Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. If it wasn't for a little bit of gore and some nudity, I think this movie could have been a TV movie. I really do. I mean, I just feel like, I don't know, man. Like the acting's not great, other than Kevin Conway. Everybody else is, unknowns, which I know it was like that, in the 80s back then anyway, with these horror films. But I don't know what it was. I like I said, I watched this movie twice today, and I just kept telling myself, man, that looks like it feels like an 80s, late 70s, early 80s TV movie. I know you probably disagree with that. What do you think about that?
I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying, because it's not that gory. It's not that brutal. It's not like, there are some yits, and I applaud yits, but it's not graphic.
Right.
Weird thing is, and I don't know if you know this is one of the illustrious original 72 video nasties.
I did know that, which is crazy. I think those British people were smoking some dope, because I don't get it at all.
I don't either. And what's weird, even weirder, is Texas Chainsaw, which was probably the inspiration for that whole list, was not a video nasty of the original 72.
Yeah.
This was. I have a theory that somebody saw it from the maker of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and just said, fuck it, that's a nasty.
We got to get in on this one.
Because there's not like,
could be.
What is there that really would put this like this? There's doesn't have like a driller killer scene. This doesn't have any I spit in your grave. Like, you're right. I know what you mean when you say TV movie. It's just not graphic. Like the scares from this one is from the atmosphere and the aesthetic of the Funhouse itself. And I think just some of the anomalies, like just even this gypsy lady, that old woman, two-headed cow, cleft palate. None of that stuff is graphic, but it is scary. I think genuinely.
I definitely agree with you. Well, that's the thing too. That was kind of Toby's thing, right? I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, there's gallons and gallons of blood. No, there's not gallons and gallons of blood. And you know what I mean? He did it in a way that he didn't have to go through all that. Look, and I like gore. I mean, I'm not a huge, of just gore for gore's sake, but he did it in a way that you still go, the hook scene, the scene that's coming up here in a little bit, you're like, oh shit, but there's never any, nasty blood or guts or any of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So he knew what he was doing.
This over the top kill in this movie that would make you go, oh, that's probably why it's a nasty. There's not that moment in this movie. It just doesn't have that.
Nope.
And I actually mean that as a big compliment.
Right.
It's still effective without doing that, which is a lot easier said than done, I think.
Yeah.
Director James Gunn went on to say Funhouse was his favorite Tobe Hooper film. Wow, I didn't know that. I love Driller Killer, yo. Yeah, no, that's a big video nasty. Definitely the cover of that is very famous. as is, I believe, the same director, Abel Ferrara. He went on to do Miss 45, which is another really good movie. Yeah, it's so weird to me that this is a fucking video nasty, though. It's just like, it doesn't fit in that list at all to me.
No.
It's
No, like I said, it was so arbitrary. All that shit was so arbitrary. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were going for, well, this is, it's centered around family fun, and so you know what I mean. Maybe there's some kind of weird shit like that. I don't know, but it don't make any sense to me. I mean,
I like the gag of using the Frankenstein mask.
Oh hell yeah!
As this for in the 30s, this was the monster, and now we're taking this off to reveal the monster of the early 1980s, Gunther. I mean, I think that was such a smart move. And there was actually that batted around for a while, and the producer was like, I really think that's a smart idea. Like, let's go with that. And we can use Frankenstein because Universal and the copyright and all that. And I think that's smart. Use that to your advantage. You do have the copyright. That's a nice way to pay homage to a horror icon.
I agree.
To me, without ripping anything off. There's nothing being ripped off.
Well, and it didn't seem like it was a silly grab either. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know he could have had any mask on, but it didn't seem like it was a something stupid. Take your attention away from the film.
Yeah, because like I was telling you before, when I first watched this movie, I thought that clown on the cover was going to be the killer, and this is not even in the movie. Like, I remember being like, "Where's this fucking clown?" Like, and I'm thinking to myself, "Did I miss it?" Like, I remember when I was like, "Yo, I must have missed it. I must have fucking blinked or something." And then I just realized that that's not the antagonist in this film, but which is
right.
John Grande needs gore to turn his heart to steel. Well, I mean, that would be quite an accomplishment. You're John Steele, though. There's only one John Steele. My favorite Tobe Hooper film changes a lot, but at the moment, mine is Life Force. Wow, interesting pick. I will go with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Slam dunk for me.
Yeah.
They were banging Silent Night, Deadly Night with a killer Santa, but yet Xmas Evil got away with it. Yeah. Christmas Evil is that's a wild film, man. Rewatched that early December.
Wasn't Christmas Evil a British production though?
Was it? I thought Christmas Evil was made I thought it was made in the States. It feels very much more like Taxi Driver than than it does a horror.
Right. No, I agree.
It really is. It's very much more like a exploitation movie to me. And I mean that in a good way too. The ending,
right.
I thought about the ending of it when I first watched it for about 3 days. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this motherfucker becomes Santa at the end. Oh, we got a Yitz show. See, they didn't have this in any of the fairs I went to.
No, you were right. Christmas Evil was a U.S.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking it was British. I thought maybe that had something to do with the fact that it wasn't banned.
Oh yeah, no, who knows?
Now, okay, this is kind of what you expect to see. Like if you're going to see this type of thing at the fair, not so attractive.
I don't know which fair was nearby you, man. I never had peep shows at a fucking fair.
Well, I meant if you were going to see girls, it would be these.
Oh, sure. And I love that the girls are the one looking through the fucking peepholes. And all these guys, look at all these fucking characters.
Yeah, see, I think he was trying to say something here too. What do you think? I think he was like, men are dogs.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Not wrong.
Right. Well, I mean, it's the way God made us, right?
Not all men are dogs, but Jesus Christ, those men sitting there, they're enjoying the show.
All drooling like the monster. Oh shit.
I think one thing too about these two girls that they cast, they definitely are more like Girls Next Door.
Yes.
Like neither one of them are hot to the point where you're like, wow, that's movie star hot. Like I would say they both are very like plain Jane, and I mean that in a good way. Like they're very just easy on the eyes and girls that you look like you may have went to high school with.
Right. At
least for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Very pretty though.
Yeah, I'm a big in this film. Elizabeth Barrage, I think, is really cute. Another thing that I seen this movie a ton of times, but I always remember him bigger.
Yes, definitely.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I just found it pretty. Like when they just showed him walking by them, he was like as big as the girls are.
Normal size. Completely.
I'm like, what? I was like, what happened here? I don't even know.
And that's sometimes, I guess, the way how you shoot something, right? Like,
yeah,
they hold you in suspense for a long time until they reveal what Gunther looks like, and
Right.
they execute that really well. And when they unmask, it really does feel like a larger than life monster, and it's
Good
really
point.
not. It's just how it's executed, I think,
Yeah.
which is what makes it work. What's everybody's top 5 Tobe Hooper films? You want to take this, buddy?
Oh shit. I'd say Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Life Force, this. Shit. I got to throw Salem's Lot in there at number 2. This. I don't know. I don't know, man. I think that's probably it for me, really. I got to be honest with you. I mean, I enjoyed some of his other stuff. I mean, I enjoyed the Mortuary movie that he made. You know, I know a lot of people shit on that film, but I don't know.
Here's one where I'll give my top 5 too. Would you say Poltergeist is his film? Like, what do you feel with that controversy?
Yeah, see, it would be in there if I considered it his film, but I really don't. I mean, you know, and I know that some people really fight for the fact that it was his film. You know what I mean? But I just don't see it, man. I really don't.
Yeah,
what about you? What do you think?
Everything Steven Spielberg made before then and after then, it has that same scope that Poltergeist does. And if you watch everything Tobe Hooper made before or after that, it all has the same look too. Like that particular movie, it looks like Steven Spielberg's name is all over it to me. I agree with you. I
know it's a touchy subject for some people, but yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
I agree. I don't think he directed it either. I really don't. I think he might have been some inspiration. I think using the real, corpses, and there's definitely some of Toby's maybe influence in there, but it's definitely more of a Spielberg film to me. It just feels much more like that. So I don't know. I don't consider that one of his movies. I would say the 4 you said, and man, what would be my other one? My other choice? It's tough, man. I don't Eaten Alive,
yeah.
With I really do. Like there are points where I think that's a really good movie, and there's some points where I'm just like, it comes up a little bit short, especially coming off Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right.
Stylistically, it's a fucking great movie, but like, what's his damn name? Neville Brand, is that his name?
Yeah, Neville Brand. Yeah.
I don't care for his performance at all, and like apparently he was fucked up. I like Robert Englund in the movie. I like Marilyn.
My name's Buck. Yeah.
Here, let's see. TCM, Salem's Lot, Life Force, Funhouse, Eggshells. Great picks. I've still not seen Eggshells. I've got to give that a look. Mortuary is a really fun gem. It's Hooper tackling H.P. Lovecraft. And honest to God, it feels like Tales from the Crypt episode. I mean that in the best way possible. Yet that movie, it actually, if he stayed away from the CGI, like that movie would have been actually really good, I think. Like towards the ending of that, it was just like, what the fuck is he doing? It reminded me of that Masters of Horror he did, the damn thing with the giant CGI tar monster at the end. I was like, yo, this is something Scooby-Doo would fucking fight. Like, what the fuck? TCM, Funhouse, Life Force, Mangler, Eaten Alive. Totally. Those are great picks. And Eggshells is 68, 69, might have inspired Evil Dead. Wow. I didn't know that. I thought Eggshells was like more of a documentary style, but maybe I'm wrong. Like, I'm not sure. Where do you guys is there a physical release of Eggshells out there? For years, I knew it was a lost movie.
I know you can stream it if you look at the right place, but
sure, yeah.
I'm sure it's got to be a DVD release out. I've never seen the DVD release. I've seen a really crappy stream. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why I didn't like it so much.
Yeah, no, I've not seen the film. I know that some people give it praise, but I know it was lost for a long time. Now, interesting thing, we're watching this shot here. He actually got in arm's reach of a fucking really long crane, and he was like, "So how the hell am I going to use this?" So what it did was it was like 150-foot extension as he does this pan back shot backward, and this was really how he wanted to utilize it. He wanted to just pan out forever, as long as he could. And you actually see Rob Zombie, filmmakers like him, doing a very similar scene in a movie like House of Thousand Corpses. The scene where Bill Moseley's about to shoot the guy and it pans out forever. That's a lot of and the color scheme. I mean, Rob Zombie owes his whole career to Tobe Hooper.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell me he didn't. I mean, I don't want to say rip off, but I mean, he took from Tobe Hooper for sure. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit more graphic and all that good shit. But man, if this film doesn't look like it could be an insert in House of a Thousand Corpses.
It definitely, you know, and I believe the cinematographer was Andrew Laszlo.
Laszlo, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, was he the cinematographer on The Warriors? Believe that's why they hired him.
Oh, good question.
I believe
probably.
So. My internet's shaky.
That makes
sense. I don't want to touch my internet. I don't want to fucking lose the stream. So
that makes sense.
I'm going off memory. I believe he was the cinematographer of The Warriors, and he really wanted that gritty look to this film. And even though it's a very polished movie, and like I was saying before, he shot it with the anamorphic Panavision wide lens. It does have some grit in there. It's I like the DOP. I like it. It does, and I was going to say, it reminds me a lot of Dean Cundey, who, of course, longtime John Carpenter collaborator and director of photography, cinematographer. It has that scope to it, like a Dean Cundey scope to it, to me.
Yeah, Laszlo, it is the same guy. You're right. Good call.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah, no, he does a really good job with this film. In a lot of ways, I think he's like the second most important person behind the scenes. I think that's one of the strong suits this movie has, is just building that tension through the lens and going, like Aiton said before, with the technical route, and like you said, artsy. Like, it definitely has those vibes, more so than any other Tobe Hooper film that comes to mind.
Yeah. You know, and now that you say that, I can see it. That's pretty interesting. I didn't even think about that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I definitely, like, when I listened to the Tobe Hooper interview, I was like, oh, that's really interesting that they got Andrew Laszlo. Like, that, what a cool pick.
Right.
And I think, correct me, but what did he ever work with Dan Pearl again? Because I know Dan Pearl was the director of photography for Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well,
I don't think they worked.
I don't believe so. But Dan, I mean, he went on to do, you know, some other. There's that bitch again. Some other
good jump scare. See, all the people that jump scares are terrible. That's a good fucking jump scare.
Yeah, when you do it right. When you do it right.
When you do it right, it's effective. And that's like that little kid that scared the hell out of him. They could only shoot like 1 or 2 hours at night because of child labor laws with this kid. So he would get that shit out of the way first. This would be when they go into night shooting. They would do everything with this kid. And it's funny, when you go back and rewatch it, there's actually quite a bit with this little kid.
And he don't say shit
or anything, but it's a lot of following him around.
Yeah, he don't say a damn thing for a long time.
You easily could have edited this shit out of the movie. Like honestly, it's barely really relevant. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's time consuming, I guess. And this is not a long movie, so I don't know. Maybe it was just a little bit of padding in there.
That's probably what they probably said. We need 90 minutes, at least 90 minutes. So they threw all and maybe the addition at the beginning too. You know, that might have something to do with that too.
Oh, hell yeah. I gotta love my dude getting laid not getting laid, making out.
Wow. That's the goofiest looking dude, too.
Dude, how did that guy, like, I know I'm goofy and have glasses and currently look like a fat Amish person, but Jesus Christ, if I could get with a girl half as good as that.
He's all squinting like Mr. Magoo.
Yeah, man, what the fuck? Like,
there's that high schooler making out with that 30-year-old dude.
The fucking Scooby-Doo crew.
Yeah.
And he's hooking up with Daphne.
Yeah. Way to go, brother.
Gotta love
Way to go,
it.
Script guy.
Yeah, for real. It's not quite as bad as I know when we reviewed My Bloody Valentine back in the day. That fucking what the fuck? How much did they pay that chick, man? That's what I wanted.
Not enough.
Yeah, no, not enough. I agree with that. Grande, have you done Spookies? I have not done a commentary for Spookies. I would love to do in October. I remember Corey did on his old channel. He did a live stream and aired the movie as we all watched it. It was such a fun, like, collaborative thing. I would love to do a fan commentary of Spookies. That's definitely one I'd like to do down the road.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Wow.
Never seen Spookies. No.
Well, hey, man, if you ever want a first time and a commentary to go with it, you look no further than these 4 eyes, brother.
All right. Actually, you know, I saw Critters for the first time about 2 years ago, too. For the first time. Isn't that crazy?
That is pretty crazy.
I'm a big fan of Critters. You like Critters?
I love Critters. I like Critters 1 and 2 a lot.
Yeah, me too.
It's not until Leonardo DiCaprio comes into the series where I'm just like, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah.
This too, like, this is like really weird. I remember when I first watched this, I was just being like, what the fuck? Like, this guy wants to get jacked off by a gypsy.
She's like, you done already?
Yeah, he's Quick Draw McGraw. And
yeah, right.
dude, this is just like I felt bad, you know, because like you also don't know what's under the mask until after this scene.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that's kind of what they were going for, right? You know, you kind of feel bad for him, and then you're like, "Fuck that, dude."
Totally. This lady was great. Life Force, The Mangler, TCM, The Funhouse, and TCM Part 2 of my top 5 Tobe Hooper films. Awesome top 5. Pearl was also the DP on Invaders from Mars, looks like.
Yes.
Wow. All the films for him to work on again with him. That's a good, if you're a kid, that's a great movie, Invaders from Mars. But like as I've gotten older, that one I go back to very like infrequent.
Yeah, I agree. It's you know, it's a Goonies, you know, something like that. Yeah. So which I love those movies. Don't get me wrong, but no, I'm with you. I think I've only seen it probably twice in my life, but there's a reason for that. Man, him slobbering here always fucking freaked me out.
Oh my god,
you know what I mean?
The whole way, like how they watch this through the creases of the floor.
Yeah.
And just see the horror that ensues. It's fucking scary, man. Like that's exactly how like you'd witness something scary like that, and then you're just like, we are fucked. They heard us. Like Critters prepared him for Gilbert Grape. Wow. Critters or Johnny Depp is an older brother. Who knows? Oh my god, dude, this is so freaky. And I love how at first they're all laughing. They're like, "Oh, this is so funny," and this guy's getting a hand job from a gypsy, jizz on a gypsy. Like, what the fuck? It's such a weird setup for like this is like the climax of the second act.
Right.
Pun intended on the word climax.
Climax, right.
The raging climax, the anticlimactic climax. Holy crap, man. That was a waste of money.
$100 down the tubes. And that was 1981.
Yeah. Shit, man. It might as well just done the job himself.
Right. They didn't have the internet back then.
No, they didn't have. Gypsy.
Gypsy.
Getting hand jobs from Gypsy. Gonna jizz on a gypsy. Dude, you gotta jizz on the gypsy. Yo, I shouldn't be thinking about this, but I could only imagine what fucking Gunther's dick looks like, man. What the fuck? She didn't freak out though.
No.
So it must have been maybe a normal. I don't know. Maybe it was tiny. Who knows?
Uh-oh. He wants his money
hell's
back.
about to break loose.
Yep, he wants his
money
money
back.
On
it. You don't just jizz on any gypsy.
That's right.
All the kids like, what? Oh shit. Oh, yip grab. Again, this is not like a violent death scene at all. Like it's just
no. It's
very like tame, but it's pretty fucking scary. I like how they use all the dolls around them.
Yeah, they start moving and shit.
Fruit flavored loops. Gotta love it.
Damn. You know what movie I watched the other day?
What?
Vice Academy. You ever seen the Vice Academy? You remember the Vice? It's like it has like Linnea Quigley and Ginger Allen. Oh my god! Anyway.
Oh shit! That sounds like a good movie.
It was.
You don't have to tell me what it's about.
Well, Ginger Lynn, whatever the fuck you want to call her, the porn star, and Linnea are fighting. You know, they're like fighting each other. It is so bad. That's kind of what when he's choking that lady or whatever. It kind of
sounds very entertaining. I can't lie. It sounds better than the Gypsy versus Gunther.
Yeah. Linnea from the mid to late 80s. That body. Oof.
Dude, anyway. Didn't get any better than that.
Speaking of Funhouses.
Yeah, for real. The cinematography on some of this stuff is fantastic. Like I love that shot of them in the red door.
Yeah, they thought it was such a good idea to spend the night in this funhouse. Hell no. Hell to the no.
Never. Let's hypothetical. If that blonde was or Elizabeth, we can go with my girl Liz. If she grabbed you by the crotch and said, "Hey Don,
all right,
me and you,
all right,
jizz on Gypsy, are you gonna do it?"
Right. You got me. You jizz on Gypsy. You got me. Yeah, that's a good point. But it was here's the thing. It was the dude's idea. It was the nerdy guy's idea. I'd have told I'd have been like, "Fuck off, you weirdo."
I bet it was his idea from fucking. I mean, if
That's
he
true.
can go like that, I would have just been like, dude, let's just get in the car. Like, let's just fucking let's go
Right.
home.
Right.
He made AJ Pop speaking out hand jobs. Just watch Vice.
Oh, nice.
Dude, that's too funny. Let me ask you now. I made a mental note to ask you this, and I don't want to forget, and it came to mind. Other films like this, what are your thoughts? Like, I know, like, there are a couple that come to mind. The first one that comes to mind in the movie that's actually not too old, it's called Dark Ride.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen Dark Ride. Have you've seen it, obviously?
I am kind of a fan of that movie.
I am too. That's funny you say that because we've never talked about that before, but no. It's not a film you hear people talk about very much. And yeah, man, I think that's a gem, dude. It wasn't After Dark or whatever, wasn't it?
That was the first After Dark Horror Fest. And
yeah, man.
I remember at the time it was shit on because slasher movies, especially at that era, were really just getting harkened on.
Yeah.
But they had Meadow Soprano in it from The Soprano, Jamie Lynn Ziegler, and
the
fat kid from the fucking Sandlot.
Yeah. Oh man, dude. Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. I haven't seen it in a while. God, that was what, 10, 12 years ago now? Has it been that?
15, right?
Has it really? Golly, man.
Dark Horror Fest, I was probably maybe 10 or 11.
Okay.
So yeah, you're talking 15 years ago almost.
Damn. I got to go back.
Yeah, no, for sure. AJ says Haunt? ? What were your thoughts on it? Did you see Haunt?
Yeah, I saw Haunt. It got real tedious for me. I liked the beginning and into the middle, but it got kind of wore on me afterwards. As a matter of fact, I turned it off and had to start it back up the next day because I'm like, I can't do this. No.
I agree. The setup was fantastic. Yeah. I didn't really care for the final act of it. I thought it was just like they were almost like weird goth people. Like that was really what the fuck? Like, I don't know. I thought the fucking ending was weird. I also remember the one, it wasn't too long ago either. Oh,
Hellfest.
That's a run. That's the one. What'd you think of that?
That was okay. I mean, for what it was, I thought it was really good, actually. Because we don't get a lot of those kind of movies anymore. But I wouldn't say it was I'd give it maybe a 5 out of 10, 5.5 out of 10.
Very average for me too. Like it got the colors right. It definitely got the colors that this film got right. But it was very much more like Michael Myers in this setting. It was
right.
Like that's a paint by the numbers slasher in this setting. Whereas when I look at a movie like this, when I look at a movie like Dark Ride, I think they're a little bit of a step above that.
Yeah,
so Dark Ride's definitely more of a slasher movie than this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think this is the top of the top when you talk about movies like this. House of 1,000 Corpses. I'm a big fan. I know Don's not the biggest Rob Zombie guy.
Well, I'm not the biggest Rob Zombie. Halloween, House of 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects, loved. What's the last one? Three
from Hell.
Fucking Jesus, dude! I bought that son of a bitch on 4K, and I swear to God, I fell asleep 17 times trying to watch that thing. Snooze fucking fest. But the other two, loved them. House of 1,000 Corpses, big fan. But I will say this: the first 3 quarters of House of 1,000 Corpses, bananas good. The last quarter, I'm like,
yeah,
kind of like, what I mean?
He ran out of money. He completely ran out of money and just was like, I don't know how to fucking end this. But somehow he was able to create like our generation's midnight movie with that movie, like the colors and the characters and the most of all, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck your mama.
Fuck your grandma. Like it's fucking really scary how good the characters are in that movie.
Yeah. The first part of that movie is it's kind of and I'm not a big fan of this guy either, but it kind of reminds me of Tarantino. You know what I mean? A lot of talking, a lot of I'm not a huge Tarantino guy. Sorry if anybody's offended. I'm just not. But I liked it. I was a huge fan of the first 3 quarters of that movie. And Devil's Rejects, I'm a big fan of that whole movie. I love
Devil's Rejects is probably his best movie overall.
I think so.
Exploitation. One of my favorite soundtracks of all time, whether it be Terry Reid, the To Be Treated Right. Well, that's such a great song. And I'm not gonna let them catch me, no. Not gonna let them catch the Midnight Rider.
Yeah, but I know you're a Lords of Salem guy.
I am. I love that movie, man. Yeah. That's one I really enjoy. Just good slow burn.
You don't think that's better than Devil's Rejects?
It's close for me.
I was going to say, I know you're a big fan. That's why I was asking.
It's close for me because that was the movie where everybody after those Halloween movies were like, you're a fucking hack. You're a fucking one-trick pony. You can't do anything without cursing. They basically called him out, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to make something different from what I've made. Lords of Salem, there's not much cursing. It's, it completely doesn't feel like any of his movies before or after that. It's very much more, I think, like its own feeling movie, and it tried to go slow atmosphere and story. And I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I liked the genre actors that he picked. I enjoyed it. It felt like something a lesser Stanley Kubrick would make.
Yeah, I understand.
But it was, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I totally get and agree with where you're coming from. I just don't think it's my thing. It's kind of like, you know what it reminded me of is that damn Wicker Man movie that they just made. What the fuck is that shit?
Midsummer?
Yeah, goddamn, that's what it reminded me of.
Holy shit!
And I know you're not a fan.
Midsummer, at least it's like half short.
I don't mean to offend you because I know you like Lords of Salem, but for me, you know what I'm saying. That's kind of, it was like, it just seemed. I don't know, man. I'm not into tedious, dude. And that's kind of how I felt with Lords of Salem. I totally understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree with the word that you said. It just wasn't my deal. You know what I mean?
I completely understand that, and you're not alone. I think, if anything, I'm alone because not a lot of people enjoy the movie. I think people want to see. There's part of people that want to see him do House 1000 Corpses, like exploitation and the characters. But I think that just didn't transfer over into Halloween well for people because his style would have worked much better for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake to me.
Oh,
like in my opinion, if you had him direct that Texas Chainsaw remake, it would have been far better. And I know the Texas Chainsaw remake gets a love. I'm not one of those people, but
I'm a fan.
He just made more sense for that to me. Whether you like or hate either remake.
No, I totally agree with you. Yeah, who did the remake? It wasn't Aja, was it?
It was Marcus Nispel.
Oh, Nispel, yeah. I actually don't mind it. It's kind of like it's one of the 5.5 out of 10 kind of deals. You know what I mean? Listen, I like Texas Chainsaw 3D. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you can't go wrong with Jessica Biel or Alexandra Daddario. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the only reason I like both of those movies. But I actually think if I'm going to sit down and waste some time, like if that's on cable, I'll watch it. I'll finish watching it. You know what I mean? If I come in the middle, I'll finish watching both of those movies. Not that means it's a great film by any means, but
I just think like there's some people that'll say, "Oh, it's the best remake out there." I don't agree with that at all, man. When you watch the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, if you watch that new one and you're like, "This is like on par," I would love to know what you're smoking. Like,
what about remake? What about remake though? When it comes to remakes, how do you what do you think the best remake? I think we talked about this. Oh wait, we finally get
Gunther just.
Sorry, we kind of got off topic here.
That's okay. I could talk to you forever. I love talking to you. We can go off.
What movie? What movie were we watching?
The Funhouse.
I will say this to get back to the Funhouse real quick. I think this mask is horrendous. I think it's absolutely horrendous.
It's
like his lips and teeth don't move when he screams, and I'm like, no Rob Bottin here.
No, definitely not. I don't know.
It's
for
scary.
Some reason it works.
It's scary. But I was like, the more I would, because remember, this is the third time I've watched it today. The more I watch it, I'm like, come on, man. Oh well. But no, I agree. It like, if you're only watching this movie once a year, you're like, oh, that's scary as shit. But every time I saw him, I'm like, come on, man. Now I know why he's slobbering.
The Funhouse is a better TCM remake than the actual TCM remake. I don't have to change your mind because I completely agree with you. This is, to me, the closest he ever got to recapturing the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like when it comes to formula, atmosphere, scares,
I agree with you there.
Look, I think this is the closest he ever got. Now, do I like movies like Salem's Lot slightly better? Yes, but I think this is the closest he ever got to recapturing that lightning in a bottle that was TCM, to me. But it's like, and we were saying remakes, it's so hard to recapture with that. Like, I don't even think the original TCM would have worked if he did it 10 years after that.
Right.
I think it was a
Right.
It was the right place, the right time, the right actors, the right idea of using no music, and all the stories of how hot it was in the kitchen and the dinner scene. That movie's lightning in a bottle to me. It really is.
Yeah.
I don't think you can remake that movie. That's a
No.
remake that never should have been made to me. That's just because I hold the original in such high regard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of feel the same way about Friday the 13th, even though it's an enjoyable film to watch. Just call it something else. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm trying to think what I feel that the best remake is. What do you think the best remake is, John? Or do you feel that none of them just can hold? I mean, not comparing them to the originals. I don't want to compare them to the originals because you know me, that ain't going to work for me either. But one that you could sit down and watch 2 or 3 times a year. Is there one?
Well, the cop-out answer would be John Carpenter's The Thing. That's what a lot of people will say. Or Cronenberg's The Fly.
Right.
I get it. Those are remakes, but like, I think to me, it's sort of a cop-out to say that. Like, it's not like you don't put the Thing and Rob Zombie's Halloween in the same conversation.
Right.
It's just not. It's apples and oranges to me. I know
agree.
some people, it's a remake, but whatever.
Right,
I don't know. It's apples and oranges. This may shock you. This really may.
If it's Dawn of the Dead, I'm coming to your house.
No, it's close though. You're not too far. It's Night of the Living Dead, 1990.
Oh, I'm a big fan.
I think that's really, because it's a remake that, okay, while the original is a classic, and I think the original works in almost every way, the only things that it doesn't work on is the acting. There's, other than Dwayne Jones, I don't think the acting is superb in that movie.
No.
Judith O'Dea, she's terrible.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
And I think the movie's a 10 out of 10. I'll tell you she's terrible. Right. I love, oh God, what's her name? Barbara.
Yeah.
I can't think of her damn name, but she's great as, well, she's the actress, the character name is Barbara. But she's great. Love her. She was in Knight Riders. She was a longtime Romero collaborator. Did a couple Tales from the Dark Side episodes. I really like her. Patricia Tallman. There
you go.
She's great. I like Savini's direction. One of the only movies, feature-length movies he directed. Love Tony Todd, Tom Towles. Really like that remake. I think it's a really, whereas I still like the original better from a horror standpoint and aesthetic, and the fact that it's probably one of the most influential horror movies ever made because it created a whole genre. That's one I do. I go back and rewatch that a lot. I like Night of the Living Dead 90. How about you?
I can't really argue with you, brother. I'm trying to think myself. I probably should have been doing that while you were talking, but I was listening. Gosh, I don't even know, dude. I asked you a question I don't know the answer to. That's pretty crazy.
And I know you mentioned Dawn of the Dead. You would think I'd hate that remake. I thought when I first watched, I was like, there's no way you're going to like this. And I fucking, when it ended, I was like, they got why the original worked. They fucking put the heart in it, the characters, the us versus them, who are our own worst enemy. He really got it. He got the psychology of it. He just dialed the volume up with running, and that bothers people. But honestly, he got the heart of the original film, so I commend him. I think it's a good remake.
I think I got it. We've talked about this before, so it's not going to be a huge surprise to you. And I know that you are not a fan of this film, or at least the end of this film.
Uh-oh.
And that's Black Xmas.
Wow.
Well, let me just say, let me put it to you this way. Do I think it's a great film? Do I think it's anywhere near any of the classics that we enjoy? No, but I would watch that 3 or 4 times every year.
You know, the thing, John, too, is when we did the Black Christmas. That was the last episode I did with you, actually, in December. I can't tell you how many people that week messaged me and said these 2 sentences right in a row. I love the 2006 remake. The original film is overrated. I can't tell you how many times I got that message. Number one, the original film, in my opinion, is not overrated. I love Black Christmas.
Underrated, in my opinion.
Yeah,
if anything.
I think it's a 10 out of 10. I love the original Black Christmas. But I think what that 06 movie does is, number one, the colors. It definitely uses a lot of those colors to its advantage. And I think that it's very, over the top. And I think that's why people embrace it. It's got some good-looking women in it.
Yeah,
it's got some gore. It's got
it.
a crazy fucking backstory of the fucking cannibal cookies and shit. Like, it's so out there and over the top that I think people just are drawn to it. I really do. I believe that. I'm not a big fan. Like, it's average one for me, but I mean, there are worse movies you could say to me, like as a favorite remake. Like, there's so many worse to me.
This is
love this like haunted house. Like, kind of.
He's like, take it. What am I gonna do with this? You fucking. He keeps the hatchet or the axe, and he gives him the little.
Yeah.
But
this is terrifying.
Night of the Living Dead. I agree with you. The remake,
Thank you.
the 90 version is.
And I don't think Black Christmas Xmas is a bad choice, as long as it's not the 2019 one. That one, God. If you pick that one, man, I'd go for your house.
John, have you heard about the remake of Slumber Party Massacre that's coming out?
I did, dude. I did. I saw the fucking trailer, the poster.
The poster. Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be another Black Christmas, 2019. I'm like, no.
Do you see they're going to try and make a Night of the Living Dead Part 2 with the fucking original Day of the Dead cast? Did you see that?
What?
I swear to God, bro.
No, sir.
I swear it's Laurie Cordell, Terry Alexander. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, dude, can they let anything fucking end? Like,
wow.
Fucking weird, man.
We should do a remake of Madman.
I would actually just to fucking get Madman some attention because
hell yeah,
man. I feel like Madman doesn't get enough love, man.
You know how I feel about it.
Yeah, it makes me want to get into a hot tub with Alexis Dubin.
Fuck that bitch.
I love that fucking song they play. If you know where the flowers go, and they're
dancing around in the
every time. I laugh.
That she's a bitch.
Lighting, she's I'm not a fan of her personally, and she's in my favorite movie of all time. So, well, no, that's Galen Ross. Alexis Dubin, I'm not a fan
of. Right, her twin sister.
Yeah, Maniac, Evil Dead are some solid Redux remakes. Yeah, no, I like those remakes for sure. The lighting is so freaking great, completely, really, really good stuff. I love Piranha 3D more than the original. Well,
listen, Aiden, right here, brother. I'm glad you brought that up. That is fun. That movie is a blast.
Yeah,
and it has Elizabeth Shue, who's one of my all-time crushes.
Out of my mouth.
Yeah, man.
Karate Gal, baby. Yeah. Oh my God.
And she still looks great, man. She still is a good-looking woman.
Her in Leaving Las Vegas is fucking nuts how hot she is in that movie. Elizabeth Shue is one of the hottest bitches ever, man. I love Elizabeth Shue. Piranha, yes. Yeah, that's a fun remake. Ving Rhames, Jerry O'Connell, and they bite his dick off. Oh, Dirty Dick Dreyfus, who starts the whole thing in a Jaws nod.
Yep.
You know what's weird, too? I just realized Jerry O'Connell, Richard Dreyfuss, Stand By Me reunion.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Yeah, it is. That is crazy.
They don't share any scenes together in it, but that's I didn't like saying their names together. I was like, wait a minute, why have I said their names together before? And it just dawned on me. Stand By Me. Don't mind Carpenter's remake of Village of the Damned.
Yeah, not a bad movie.
The one that, like, if you said, 2-3 times a year, The Thing. I watch The Thing a lot. Remake I watch
probably once a month for me.
I know people love Cronenberg's The Fly, and I like it too. I like the original The Fly too, though, and Return of the Fly, and I like Vincent Price. I'm definitely into all those. Oh, skeleton jump scare!
Here comes.
I like the slow-mo as the fucking rope goes around his neck. Oh, rest in pepperonis. He was just trying to get laid by this blonde.
Yep. See, that's what happens. Vagina will do that.
Scary way to go. You know you're fucked.
Yep. Vagina can ruin your life.
My dude's got rainbow suspenders. Look at this fucking dude.
And anybody here over 40? He got the Mork from Orc.
Oh shit! Well, I'm a big Robin Williams fan. So I know what you're saying.
Yep.
I think AJ. I don't know if AJ's 4. I think AJ's around the same age. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how old AJ is. I don't know John Steele either. I know Aiden's younger than me.
Yeah.
But I don't know people's ages.
Just
not my business either.
No, I want everyone's age. Put it on there now. I'm just kidding.
But still, where's the
Falcon?
I don't know, but I gotta say, if this was in the movie, I would be even more scared. Also, gotta love the tagline.
What the hell?
Pay to get in,
pray to get
out. That's great. That's 81.
That is a good one
at its best.
Yeah, it is. Tagline for sure.
John Steele's 48. Wow, you're 48, dude. You look way younger than 48.
John, we're the same age, bro.
Me and no way. I didn't realize you were 48 too.
Yeah, I'll be 49 here in a couple months.
Holy shit, man. I thought you were like,
listen, bro. I look good for 40.
You do. Both of you, totally. AJ Citro, Nanu. I'm 46 in September.
Nanu. Shazbat. That's funny.
I love how he would sit upside down on the couch, and Rob Williams is a once in a lifetime talent, man.
I remember they had a kid. Him and Pam Dauber had a kid at the end, towards the end of the show, and it was Jonathan Winters, because
yes,
Orkians get younger, like fucking what's that show?
Benjamin Button.
Yeah, Benjamin Button. Oh, remember when
Winters is great. I don't know. Oh shit! There goes Blondie.
Yeah, remember when he hit him in the head with the axe? That was fucking awesome. I thought that was a fucking awesome. When the train comes in and he thinks it's the other dude and he hits him in the head, I was like, yeah.
Murph. Yeah, Murph was the name. That's right. No, I was going to ask you, I know you're not a giant Twilight Zone guy, but have you ever seen the Twilight Zone with Jonathan Winters and Jack Klugman and they're playing pool?
No, I have not.
It's a really good one. It's basically Jonathan Winters was the best pool player of all time, and he's since passed. And Jack Klugman is in the bar in the pool hall one night, and he's like, I would give anything. I'd give my soul just to play him one game and prove I'm better. And Jonathan Winters appears, and he's like, we'll challenge you. If you lose, I get your soul. If you win, you're the greatest of all time. It is one of the most serious, intense episodes of any television show you'll ever watch. And it's so weird that Jonathan Winters, of all people, turns in such a gothic, creepy performance, knowing the comedian that he was. I mean, it's you got to see, just for his performance, you just be like, holy shit. Minnesota Fats. I believe in real life, Minnesota Fats, that was a real guy. In the episode, they just ripped it off. It was Fats Brown. Fats Brown. Called to Carter Street. Great episode, man.
You have to send me, because I think I have most of the episodes on DVD. So send me, if you can find it, send me the episode.
I promise. A Game of Pool. Cool. That's what it's called.
Oh, really okay. I'll look it up then. All right, cool.
Really good one. I like Klugman a lot too. I think Jack.
Yeah, man.
I'm a fan of The Odd Couple. I don't know if you watched that a lot growing up.
You don't know nothing about No Quincy though, do you, John?
I know Quincy MD.
Oh, what? Damn, you're an old soul, brother.
I am, brother. I am. You know what I even watch, which is, it's not a good show, but I like it. You ever watch Emergency?
Oh, hell yeah. Love that as a kid, dude. Love that. Wow.
I watch that like on my lunch hour sometimes. And my dad, awesome, who's in almost 60, will go, what the fuck are you watching this bullshit for? And he's like, this is bad even when I was a kid. I'm like, it's Emergency.
I used to watch Emergency and Adam 12.
I've not watched Adam 12. You got me on that one.
Yeah. Come on, John Steele. AJ, you know about some.
Gilligan. I watch Gilligan's a lot.
Oh, there you go. Leave it to Beaver.
Here's one for you. Favorite Angel of Charlie's Angels. The original show. None of this fucking Drew Barrymore shit.
Come on, man. Farrah Fawcett.
Really?
Oh, my God. Farrah Fawcett was the...
You're going to hate me.
I had her poster on my wall with the nips and everything.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Yits?
Oh, yeah.
I got to look.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go with an underrated one. I'm going to go Cheryl Ladd.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, you can't really go wrong. I mean, you know what I'm saying? All of them. Look what John Steele said. Quincy was Grandma's jam.
Yes, I know.
Hey, man. John, you're killing me, brother. I watched Quincy.
I did. I watched Quincy MD. I like Jack Klugman a lot.
Yeah. This is a very scary part of the movie right here.
Really well done.
Yeah. That fucking fan in the background and shit.
It's almost like a strobe light.
Yeah.
And how you're cornered. I mean, you either run out into the fan, chop yourself up, or you deal with this. And he's just looking for some loving. He's not looking for...
Right.
Oh, man. I like the giant fucking prosthetic hands.
I know, right? This dude.
See, how much bigger does he look here? Like you were saying,
he does look a lot bigger.
He looks like a giant here.
He does. He does. You know, this dude played some other parts too. Like you would never like. Who's the guy that does all the? Never mind. I can't even think of his name. I gotta find it here real quick.
What is with Tobe Hooper and shooting great fat red asses? I don't know. I think the guy's great. If I ever make a movie one day, I'm finding a girl with the fattest ass and I'm getting red pants or shorts, and we're gonna just homage them.
Right?
It doesn't have to be this way. I love this lady's Framer. Emergency was great. Yes, AJ Zetro. See, great minds think alike. My dad to this day will make fun of me for liking that, and I'm like, dude, it was on when you were a kid, like, or I guess he might have been like teens, but whatever. I liked it. I liked it too. I like it. I know it's considered like not good, but I enjoy it. I don't know. See, he's just looking for loving. He's not trying to kill her.
He's slobbering like
he's just like, holy shit, look at this.
Snot coming out of his nose.
He's like, oh man. And she's just like, not as bad move here. Get him in the back, but he's superhuman. She should have went for the throat or the head or something.
Yeah. And he just fucking flips out.
Oh my gosh. See, again, you don't see much.
Right.
Very ungraphic. Kind of just lets you fill in the blank with your own head. Chainsaw style. Love that shot of them walking into the
the green and the red and the black. Yeah.
Oh man, really cool stuff. That's what cinematographer works for a shot like that. Just a beautiful, colorful shot like that. Little Invaders from Mars vibe. Oh, there. Totally. Fat red asses. You gotta love it. We'll spell fat with PH. PHAT. Fat asses. The rough sound. Pretty hot and tempting. She should have aimed for the head. Yeah, no, totally. That might have been her best shot, but not a bad attempt. I give it up for Blondie or Daphne. Yeah, she put some effort into it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, she suckered him in. She gave him a nice hug. Yeah, suckered him in. You know, put the yits in his face, cried a little bit. Bam. Well, he is handsome, isn't he? Oh wow! I mean, that's who she was trying to bring home to mom and dad, and then he's a little two-faced. She heard he jizzed on gypsies prematurely, so she was just like, "Nah, I'm not the one." You're not the one. Fat Beach, go see it. Oh my God, wait, are you on a different YouTube now? Check him out. Different picture. John Steele than John Steele Re-Sleep. He's watching me on 2 different channels. God bless, man. I appreciate the viewership. I would love to actually visit like this Funhouse, like, and just like walk through it. Do you know they do the Universal Horror Nights in Orlando, Universal Studios? Have you ever heard of that? Yeah, they used to. I mean, I don't think they did it last year, but they did for 25 years probably. They did Killer Clowns. They did People Under the Stairs. Why not do this? This is literally made for something. Right. Exactly. Yeah. I've never seen Killer Clowns. Really? I own it, but you're not a big comedy horror guy, so that doesn't surprise me, actually. Yeah, I own it. It does surprise me considering that like that's an 80s one, but I should sit down. When I like it, I enjoy it. I should sit down and watch it. Love this shot of Kevin Conway and the red half of his face is red, just looking all maniacal. I inspired some bars for you, John Steele. I'm appreciative. If you want to throw the bars out before the movie's over, please do. Let me know. Fat red asses and jizz and gypsies. I hope that inspires you. I'm so glad I could be so helpful. I liked the family aspect here too. Yeah. Right? Like it's just. It's another chainsaw type thing, but I like it's my boy, you know? Well, and doesn't he say that he's not really his, right? I mean, obviously, right? Yeah. He adopted him pretty much, right? Yeah. It was like, but like he sees it as his son, even though it's not technically. Well, don't you remember at the beginning, close to the middle, I guess, he calls him father or dad or something. He's like, don't you ever call me that. And then he ends up, But he's like defending him like a dad would. Like it's weird. Good little battle. Yeah. Well, what's funny is Kevin Conway was talking about the fact that this guy, I can't remember his name,
he was like 6'1", and Kevin Conway's like 5'6".
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they tried to shoot it so that he didn't get any shots in on him, real good shots in on him, or something.
In real life, he would have just been choke slammed.
Right.
5'6". He's got a lot of fight for him, man.
Right.
5'6". Jeez. Took out a 6'1" dude.
He just died 2020.
Yeah,
Kevin
very
Conway
recently. May he rest in peace. And Tobe Hooper, may they both rest in peace.
Yeah, man. Sad.
Would Gunther and Leatherface be friends? Why not?
Would Gunther and Leatherface be? No, probably not.
No?
Because Leatherface would want to wear his weird face for Halloween. I think they are related. That's how these movies hook together.
Oh my God! Imagine like that's the twist at the end. Do your thing, cuz, and fucking Gunther pops out. Gunther, Leatherface, and Alexandra Daddario.
Oh shit!
Two disgusting, ugly, fucking inbred motherfuckers, and Alexandra Daddario and her big yits.
Oh man, she is something else.
Yeah, no, she's beautiful. I like Corey makes fun of me. I like Jordana Brewster in the prequels.
She's my favorite.
Me too. I think she's fucking
no shit.
Beautiful.
Yeah, at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw at the beginning. Yeah.
I like her a lot. She doesn't have as big as yits.
No.
Beautiful girl, man. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, Fast and Furious movies. Yeah, I've always had a thing for her.
The Faculty. She's in The Faculty.
Oh, The Faculty, yeah. That's another underrated movie. I really enjoy that film.
Yeah, me too. We put that way over on the 90s horror episode we did.
Yep. A lot of fun.
See, now Gunther looks not that big to me.
Right.
And the other guy's taller than him.
Not only not big, but scrawny, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, not muscly at all.
Yeah.
I love this shot, too, of her walking back in the neon green. Fucking gorgeous. It's a really gorgeous movie, man.
It is. Definitely underrated, overlooked, however you want to look at it. I mean,
why do you think that was, man? Like, and I know that 81 was one of the, if not the best years of the genre. Like, depending on who you ask, I think a lot of people would say 81. I would say 85 for me, but this would be the second. Like, 81's a close second. Yeah. I mean, you had Halloween 2, Friday 2, the 3 werewolf movies,
right?
And Howling, American Werewolf in London. I mean, I go on forever about the great movies that came out in 1981 horror-wise. But, like, why do you think this one gets passed over? Do you think it was just so much good stuff? Or do you think that people went in expecting...
Yep. I think that's what it is. I think people went in expecting a, paint-by-number slasher, which would have made decent money. Look, this movie made $7 million. I don't know how much it cost to produce. Do you have any idea?
I believe he said he had a budget of $500,000, and they went over budget, so... I guess you can round up to maybe 750.
Yeah, I mean, there were some other films around this time that, were $10 million that were considered successful. So, but I just feel like people went in like you said, expecting one thing and got something else. And I still feel like people probably would say, if they could be reasonable about it, would say, you know what, that's not a bad film. But because a lot of people don't like it because they went in expecting one thing and got another. You know what I mean? And sometimes when that happens, you have a bad attitude about a movie. I fall into that sometimes, and I'll go back and watch something later. So you know what? That's not as bad as I remember.
I think a lot of people that'll happen. Like if you expect one thing when you go in, you don't get that. You could walk out and be disappointed. But that doesn't necessarily mean what you went in and saw was bad. It doesn't. It really doesn't. I've had that a few times. Like recently, Conjuring 3. Mm-hmm. I was hoping it would be as good as the first two. It wasn't. But I didn't walk out and say, "Oh, well, fuck that! I'm going to put a promo on it." It was just not as scary. They shouldn't have changed directors. It lost the scare element when they switched from Juan to Chaves, and that's what happened. But biggest piece of shit movie? No, it's just not. I expected more because it's the third movie of what I liked the first two. So
yeah, I enjoyed that movie. Because I went in because I wasn't a fan of the second one as much. So I kind of went in thinking it was going to be bad, and I was like, "Hey, that was pretty damn good." That wasn't a bad film.
Passable, definitely. Yeah, 6.5 out of 10, passable movie for me. I enjoyed it. I like the two leads. I like Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga.
Yeah. This is very slasher-esque.
Yes, finding the dead body.
Yeah, yeah.
And seeing that her face got like clawed. Maybe?
Yeah. Yep. I will say that they kind of extended this out here a little bit too much. What do you think? I mean, not that it takes away from it or anything, but I thought it could have been a little shorter. What do you think?
Yeah, and it's funny because the movie really takes its time. I appreciate that it's drawn out though a little bit because I don't know, like, is this on there a par with like even stuff in the same year and Amy Steele and Jason chase at the end? No, but like that's a really long.
It is
like,
kind of drawn out. You're right.
Chasing her. There's somebody in this fucking room. Then there's fucking rat piss on the floor. Then there's fucking I kicked him in the balls and run away. Then I hide in the shack. Then I pretend to be his mother. Then he comes in again. Then he jumps through the window again. Like,
right.
As drawn out as that is too, it really works. I think this works too. I really.
But there's only one big difference between those two movies. Amy Steele.
Definitely. Definitely. No,
I know we agree on that.
I got her signature's right on this fucking poster. Really cool. Really cool lady. And still looks good. 62 years old, man. Still looks good. Her daughter was with her at the fucking thing. I was like, it looked like young Amy. I was like, yo.
No shit.
Yeah. I don't know. The daughter must have been around my age, maybe a little bit younger, older. I don't know, but good looking woman too.
Amy Steele, mother-in-law.
I think it's a cool kind of finale for it too.
See what's going on beneath all this shit, so that all that other shit up there is going on.
Shit. Like an industrial ending. I like it. Rat piss on the floor or Wesson? I always thought the rat pissed on the floor. Some people say it's Amy Steele that pissed herself. I don't know. I never saw it that way. I always thought the rat just took a piss. I could be wrong though. I don't know. Werewolves choking, Jay Grande slamming him for bottles stolen gypsy jism, and red asses mammies. Fat red asses. All right. If there's any one color ass I like, it's red ass. All right. Well, we can say that. I think it's fair.
He likes to give spankings.
Dude, I got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre shirt. It's Terry McMinn. It's just the shot of her ass walking to the house.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's one of the coolest shirts I've ever bought.
Oh, man, I should have put on mine.
You have the same shirt?
No, my Friday 13th Part 2 shirt.
Oh, dude, I wore one I got at a convention, and she was like, I've never seen that one. She said, I've seen a lot of them. And I was like, this is fan made. I was like, it's probably why. It's her and Steve Dash. She's got the rake. It's pretty cool. I have two here. I never showed you this.
Uh-oh.
All the years we did Flashback Horror Movie Podcast, we couldn't see each other while we did the show. I meant to show you this for years. This is my Steve Dash.
Nice.
Pretty cool. The real Jason.
Yeah,
I swear,
very cool.
when I met him, we talked about Warrington, July for 20 minutes and shit on his life. It was
the
funnest.
That motherfucker is still going around acting like that still pisses me off.
Yeah, no, he's a piece of shit.
Now
it's Tony Moran.
Yeah, no shit. but now that Steve's gone, I got a picture of him and my boys and me. And he signed my Crystal Lake Memories book. So,
that's nice.
Yeah, that'll always be.
Yeah, it's cool. I have this, and I have Amy Steele's signature. It's cool. I met the final girl and the Jason, and that's it. I don't think I've met any other Friday the 13th final girl. I know. Cool enough. You had dinner with Adrienne King, right?
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. It was like so surreal, dude. She was like, I went to Indianapolis to a convention to do an interview with her, and she's like, I got 20 minutes, and I was like, I drove all the way from Ohio. I said, I'm missing my anniversary because it was on my anniversary, my wedding anniversary. And she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. She's like, take as long as you want, and then after that, she, after the interview, we sat down, she bought me a couple drinks. I mean, it was, it was like, what the fuck? Anyway, afterwards, she's like, hey, come out here. I want you to meet somebody. And I go out there and I meet Fritz the Night Owl, who you probably don't know who that is, but he was a horror host here in Columbus, Ohio for years and years and years. So we ended up going with him and two other guys to dinner after that. And then the guy I met, who's kind of his handler, who does the shows here in Columbus, when Romero died, me and him drove to Monroeville to see the mall, and we went to the cemetery. You remember all that good stuff.
Yeah, you sent me all the pictures to that. I still haven't made it. I would love to go. I want to go there someday. That's like my dream vacation.
How far away is that? Is that like 6 hours or
9
4
hours?
Oh, it can't be that far, John.
It is. It
Is it really? Damn.
Yeah. Pittsburgh's about 8 hours for me, and so Monroeville, I mean, maybe 8 hours. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating a little bit, but it's definitely a ride. Like I would have done it by now if it was shorter, for sure.
Right.
I'll get there though.
Dude. Whenever you go, it's like 3 hours for me. You got to call me, and we'll
totally,
do that
man. We'll stand at the thing, and I'll cue you to do the when there's no more room.
Well, they have like a museum there and all that, all kind of shit out there, which is really cool.
Yeah, no, I that's my favorite movie, so I have to see the filming location. I don't know too. In Dawn of the Dead, there's a store and it says Grande Marquee in the mall. I don't know if that's there anymore, but if there is, that would
be sweet.
I want to take a picture right underneath it, be like, "Yo, the Monroeville Mall, my favorite, host of my favorite movie is fucking. It has my name in it somewhere. It's pretty.
I don't think it's there anymore, bro.
I don't think so either. I know the ice cream is gone. I'm not getting my hopes up, but how cool would that be?
That would be. Shit, dude, you better do it soon before they kill all the malls. All the malls are slowing down.
The malls by me now are fucking just. It's so sad. It's just like
it is.
You see that they were all a shell of what they used to be. Yep. It's a shame. This is a cool ending. Gave me the Mangler vibes. Also, the Mind of Gunther is freaking brutal. Yeah, it is, and it's like there's electrocution. He gets crushed. He gets beat with a fucking crowbar.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is great. I'm gonna turn this up. It ain't over till the fat lady sings is the old mantra, which I think this is poetic. Oh, this is great stuff. This bitch is just like, fuck. I just battled this fucking crazy demonic gypsy jizzer.
She looked like she's at the end of a Transformers movie, just coming out of the rubble.
Shia LaBeouf. I hear the echo. I like how it kind of craps out, like genius. Like that's the best way you could end that movie. Is the fat lady singing, basically. Oh man, really good. And see, there's a lot of grain here. Look at all this grain.
Yeah, this is very reminiscent of a 60s, early 70s Western, the ending.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where the
classic Halloween pan out.
Yep.
Oh, good stuff. I love this. Again, he probably used that crane here, that like crane that could pan. I like the carnival theme used. Da, da, da.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so interesting to see all the people working and they have no idea what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, they have no idea. They're like, what is this bitch on crack? Like, did she just have a bad meth trip with Amy Winehouse? Like, who knows?
Johnny Baboon.
Johnny Baboon is love red ass. I do love red ass. I can't lie. I don't know why you call me Johnny Baboon, but I don't care. No.
Baboons have red asses.
Oh.
You see what he did there?
Yes, I see what he did now. See, I'm good that I have you here to tell me this. AJ's humor is too advanced for me. Largo Woodruff, that was the blonde's name, by the way. I want to go to the Monroeville Mall one day as well, for sure. But where's the clown? I don't know. He's on the poster.
Fucking clown.
And you're telling me this was not the original? Because the one I had, the one that you sent me, that's the original one sheet. It's like the mouth and
that one originally came out, but during the run they changed it to that one. And I'm sure because it was that one I gave you is fucking weird and scary. That's probably why. The clown ain't so scary.
Really good cover art. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
Tobe Hooper was a freaking genius. Yeah, no, it's. I love that last shot of her, like of all the stuff she went through, and it's really really well done. I like that final scene a lot. I'm getting chills. This is so freaking great, phenomenal ending to a great film. Yeah, completely. I love the Funhouse. If you had to rate this one, Don Nice, out of 10, what would you give it?
I will go. I'll give it 7.5 out of 10.
I'm gonna go a little bit higher. I'm gonna go with a solid 8.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse.
Yeah, I mean, man, I very rarely give a movie a 10. You know that. I mean, there's only a few in my opinion when it comes to horror. You got Jaws, you got The Thing,
Alien.
Alien. Yeah, you know what I mean. So 7.5 is probably more like an 8.5 for me. You know what I mean? Because I'll never hardly give anything a 10. What do you give a 10? You give Texas Chainsaw Massacre a 10?
Of course.
Okay. What else? Give me one more. Give me one more. You give a 10 to. And if you say Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, we're gonna fight. But give me something. Give me something else. Give me something else.
Well, I have a few 10s. I'm not as hard of a. It's funny. Like there are a lot of people that come up to me like, "You don't like this?" I'm like, "Dude, I put so much shit over. Like, you got to be kidding me to come and give me shit." But Dawn of the Dead is a 10 out of 10. Carrie is a 10 out of 10. The original Nightmare on Elm Street's a 10 out of 10. I know a lot of people look at me like I'm crazy. Cannibal Holocaust, I think, is a 10 out of 10. There's quite a few horror movies I put way over. Those are Day of the Dead, I think, is a fucking massive. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn, and Day are all 10 out of 10.
Day is a 10?
Yes.
Not even a 9.5? Come on, 9 3/4?
Dude, it has arguably the best gore effects I've ever seen.
Okay. See,
it's almost like a play. It's like that movie is just like 70% of his people yelling at each other, but it's so memorable. Sarah's research is much more advanced than what I'm doing. I'll ask you again, Captain. Where will you go? We're just gonna blow the piss out of them. We're gonna do that to all of them. It's so fucking great. It is like the goriest fucking play ever. I love Day of the Dead.
Laurie Cardill's reaction to the hands coming through the wall knocks it down a 0.5 point for me. Come on, man.
You're harsh, man.
And
the ending, it's funny. The ending is always the weirdest thing. Like, great jump scare in the chopper, and then they're just on the beach and they're on floors to the promised land, Johnny.
Oh yeah.
Fucking, I don't know. I love that movie. I think the Romero trilogy is fucking perfect. Those are 3 movies. All the 3 movies you just said: Jaws, The Thing, Alien. 10 out of 10 for me. Clockwork Orange. I'm a big, there's a lot of movies I really, really get into.
They're coming out with a 4K Clockwork Orange Steelbook.
September. I can't wait.
What it is. What about
I pre-ordered the Willy Wonka 4K. That's the one I'd give a 10 out of 10 as well. I'm going to send, AJ doesn't have the Blu-ray, so I'm sending him the Blu-ray.
There you go. What about the Halloween's coming out in 4K? You excited about that? Scream Factory?
Honestly,
1 through 5?
What did you think of the artwork?
Yeah, it was a little cheesy for sure. No,
it was cheap, man. It was like
well, and they were like, Scream Factory was all excited about it. And most people were like, that is garbage artwork. I don't know. I would
$37 too.
Yeah. Well, they'll go down. Actually, you can get them on Diabolique. You can pre-order them on Diabolique for $28 right now.
Okay, that's
so a little bit more reasonable.
I said, anybody fucking bought that box set and pays this, you're nuts.
Yeah, no shit. Well, and the only thing I want is the original because they don't have it as an individual release from Scream Factory. It only came in that box set. 4 and 5 also. 4 and 5 also.
I know there's a 4K of the original that what studio put it out? I forget what studio put it out. But there is a 4K of the original, a solo release of the original. I would get, Halloween 2 because I'm a mark for Halloween 2. I don't have the Halloween 4K, the one that's out right now, but I'm sure it looks great.
This one right here.
You got it? Yes. Yeah. What company put that out?
It's Lionsgate.
Oh, Lionsgate. Okay.
Yeah. But wait. You ready? Oh, you can't see it.
Oh, shit. That's the 35th anniversary? Yo.
Isn't that sweet? And then you got, it's the same fucking shit inside.
You want to laugh too? I don't know. Is my copy of Halloween down here?
It's the inside. It's just
the leaves.
Yeah, but it's pretty sweet.
What's funny with that new Scream Factory thing is how fucking
like
all the backgrounds were the same. It was just the leaves, and it was like, all right, let's put Michael in each one, just like standing in the center.
It seemed like one of them he's holding the knife up, and the next one he's holding it down, and it's like, wait a minute, what's going on?
The one
here?
He has the scythe and shit. I'm trying to see, I'm still talking to you. I'm trying to see my copy. You're gonna be shocked at the fucking copy I have of the original Halloween. We have to
go anchor bathe 3-disc edition. Actually, that motherfucker, that thing's hard to come by, and it was expensive as hell for a long time. That DVD set.
I didn't realize they did a 3. What was on the 3rd disc?
I don't even remember. All I know is it had like a lenticular cover on, not a cover, but under the, I don't know, the artwork is lenticular, and it was numbered like 30,000, or I don't know, it might have been 20,000 or something like that. But that thing was really hard to come by and went for lots and lots of money. That's kind of like that original set from Scream Factory. Geez, have you seen the price on that son of a bitch?
How much does it go for?
Oh, it's going for like $500 and $600.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
The black cases?
Yeah. You remember the Friday the 13th set that came in that steel book, but they all were like, it was like one big thick steel book.
Yeah.
I had that for a long time, and I sold that son of a bitch for like $300 because I had them all on Blu-ray anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I can't pass up $300 for a steel book that I spent like $48 on or something like that.
Dude, yeah.
But actually, the Thing steel book from Scream Factory is going for crazy money right now too. You can't even find it used, and you can't buy it new anymore because it's.
I know you said don't bring up Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, but those Blu-rays.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Holy shit! The Part 2 Blu-ray goes for like $250, dude, with the slipcase. Insane. I have the slipcase and I have both of them. I'm
mad that I didn't get them just to have it for the set. You know what I mean? Because I got the original, but.
I wish I bought more than one copy, and then it just $50 a pop. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they were like $20 when they came out. I pre-ordered them; it was like $39 with tax, and then I was just like, "Fuck!"
I'm also mad I didn't get Prince of Darkness on Steelbook because that's going for big money.
I got the 4K of that. I don't know.
Yeah, how is that? Is it worth getting?
I thought it was great looking personally. I'm a Carpenter guy. I like his films. I always think it's worth the upgrade. I know you have the Assault on Precinct 13 Steelbook. I have that too.
I do. Yeah. Actually, Prince of Darkness is the only one of Carpenter's I don't have, if you can believe that.
Fucking really?
Yeah.
I believe it. Steelbook wise, I don't see the Steelbook. I don't know what it goes for.
I got
4K just went on sale.
Oh, did it really?
4K is like $20.
What about They Live? Have you seen that on 4K? No,
I don't have. I have the Blu-ray. I don't have the 4K.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
The set they put out though with the fucking like the 3-disc and the vinyl. I think
for the Halloweens, you mean?
They Live. They Live did a 3-disc. Yeah, they did a 3-disc special edition with the fucking vinyl.
I'm slacking.
Holy shit, man! It was like $95, I think, for the whole thing. It was fucking crazy. It's out of print now though. It was like limited to only 1,000 or something.
Yeah, I have Assault on Precinct 13, Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, The Fog, Halloween 2 and 3, They Live, and The Thing.
Here's a question for you: favorite release you own from any company? Like special edition release. It could even be DVD. I've heard people say the Dawn of the Dead, the original DVD set that they put out for that. I've heard people say that.
Yeah, I would have to go with the Friday the 13th at this point. The new one that I just that Scream Factory just put out. That's got to be. It's got to be my. I mean, because of my history with Friday the 13th, you watch all the extras and all that shit. That's probably my favorite.
The Crystal Lake Memories documentary. I literally think that's horror's best documentary ever.
Oh well, yeah. Have you seen what's the documentaries? Something about darkness.
Oh, the 80s documentary.
Yeah, have you seen those,
bro? Honestly, not a fan.
You didn't like it, really? Oh man, there's 2 of them, and it's like 12 hours. They're like 12 hours combined. I think I watched it over like a week. Watched both of them over a week.
Yeah, well, that would be something you'd have to separate into like 4 nights, man. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, Crystal Lake Memories is what, 6 or 10 hours? What is it?
Yeah. It's like what I do with that is I'll watch one disc at a time. I'll do disc one.
That's the way to do it. I can only take.
It's really long, but it's so good. The Never Sleep Again documentary is great too.
Yep. Yeah, I have that too. Fantastic. I love both of those. What about you? What's your favorite? Set? Do you have one?
I've got.
When you get that Dawn 4K.
Dude, it kills me that I didn't get it, but
I know.
What happened is I don't have a 3 player, and all the fucking features discs are region locked. So the only thing I would have been able to watch is the original, the extra cut on 4K. That's fucking bullshit to me. If they got all this new features, they got a fucking interview with Richard France. I want to see that. I'll kill somebody to fucking see that.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
know,
so
dude.
stupid. It's
I still haven't. As big a fan as I am, I don't have a region free player either. I've missed out on a lot of Arrow, a lot of 88 films, a lot of Umbrella. I miss out on a lot of that shit because I don't have that. And I'm with you. I'm not buying a fucking $150 set where I can only watch one disc and it's just a movie. You know what I'm saying?
That was my thing. I was like, even though it's my favorite movie, like, no, like that's just bullshit. Like I want to see the United States put it out. I get that it's Richard P. Rubenstein. He's the one that's holding it for ransom. Same thing with Martin. That's why we'll never see a big release of Martin in the States. But I don't know, man. I'm not. I don't know. I'll wait.
At this point, it's you got to make a point by not buying the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people would be like, well, even if you don't have a region-free Blu-ray player, you might get one in the future. But I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Like the release of Bay of Blood from Arrow.
Yeah,
I can watch the film, which is weird as fuck.
Yeah,
I can't watch any of the extras. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's But anyways, yeah. So I'm with you there. I don't buy a lot of that shit.
I would say I have. I'm looking at the shelf of doom here and trying to pick my favorites.
I know, right?
I really like the couple of Grindhouse releasing things I have. I really like those. I have this set here. I really like this. I'm a mark for this. What the hell? I see it. Where the heck is my copy?
I came and stole it.
I thought I saw it.
You got to step back and check it out.
I'm seeing things. What the heck? Okay, well, I was going to show off my Last House on the Left set, but I fucking don't see it.
From Arrow?
The Arrow release.
Yeah.
It's a big box, but fuck, I can't see it. Okay, well, rest in pepperonis to that. I don't see it. Maybe it's in my room. I don't know, but that set is like when it comes to features, when it comes to the transfer, the packaging, that shit's great.
Yeah. Let me show you one thing. I know you probably got to work tomorrow, so I'll let you go. But I love these right here, and I think you'll agree that these are pretty cool. You might already have this one.
Oh, I just fucking passed that. Wait here, I'll show you.
Video nasty.
What I fucking seen. 7, bro. 7. Yeah. If you're a Video Nasties fan, this is a fucking must. This is one of the coolest fucking documentaries, and they go through all the movies on the Nasties list and the trailers, and they get actual people who know their shit. This is great. I love this.
AJ was talking about the Suspiria set. You know that Blu-ray, the Steelbook, is going for crazy money right now too.
The Steelbook. I have the regular Blu-ray, and I know the 4K goes for bread.
Shit, I still got the fucking DVD. I actually had a Blu-ray at one point, but I don't have it anymore.
Bro.
But these are cool if you guys have never seen these.
Oh, cool. I don't have those two.
If you're into 80s, they have like 6 or 7 of them. Now, you already knew that though, right? But these are from Umbrella and they are region free, which is weird because some of them are region locked. That's why I don't own them. Yeah.
So strange.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I don't know either yet. No, the Suspiria, I will say though, man, that's worth the upgrade. The Suspiria, even the Blu-ray. I know people are telling me now that I missed out. I should have just waited for the 4K, and maybe I will get the 4K. Like
that's going for crazy prices too,
bro. It's like almost $40, bro.
Yeah,
I don't. I have the Blu-ray looks fantastic.
Yeah.
My goal is how do you have with sound and stuff? Do you have like a sound bar, speakers, stuff like that?
Actually, I had 5.1, but I just upgraded to a Dolby Atmos sound bar. And listen, I got the most cheapest, the cheapest sound bar that has Atmos, and it blew me out of the water.
What if you don't mind?
It's ONN brand, Walmart brand, $300, and well worth it. I know, dude. It surprised the shit out of me. Like I said, I had 5.1, so I mean, that sounded really good, but this soundbar really surprised me.
I might have to make that investment because we watched the Suspiria Blu-ray at my friend's house. My friend had never seen it before. Oh. He's got the sound bar, the speakers. I mean, he's a big sound guy. He had never seen the film. I was like, you've never fucking seen Suspiria. We put it in. That movie on the speakers and the holy shit.
That fucking echoing soundtrack and shit. Yeah, man.
And then hearing out of each speaker, la la.
Yeah, man.
We were like, fuck, like we were going crazy. We were like,
oh yeah.
It was easily my favorite time I ever watched that movie, just because number one, seeing his amazement of like the film itself, and then
Right.
number two was just
The sound.
man. It was just so, it added so much to the experience.
Whole different dimension. I agree with you.
It is. I will have to do that. So you said Walmart brand, 300 Buckaroos. What was it called again?
It's ONN. That's their Walmart brand.
ONN.
And it's a 5.1.2 sound bar, and it there's no rear speakers, but you could still because of the Atmos hitting the ceiling and bouncing back. It's pretty amazing. I can send you the link if you want.
Please do, if you don't mind. That's one I need to, because I have a nice 4K TV, but I've been meaning to get some sound upgrades down here, and that's my buddy Kyle was really big. That's the person I watched it with. He was like, "Bro, I'll hook you up. I'll figure it out."
Nice.
And I was like, for sure, but I definitely $300. That's my price range, pal.
There you go.
Suspiria remake. Before we wrap up here, Suspiria remake, any good? I'm still afraid. What do you think, Don?
I couldn't get through it.
Wow.
Yeah, I really didn't like it at all. What I saw anyway. Maybe I should just sit down and watch the whole thing, but I've tried twice, and I think I made it 25 minutes in once and 30 minutes in the other time. So, it's just, I don't know. It's too much. Like, you think Argento, wow, there's a lot of shit to see and hear. This was just, to me, it was brutal. I don't know. Maybe I should go back, but I didn't like it at all.
I may surprise you. I liked it a lot.
Did you?
I saw it, and I have a little story that goes with it. I was sick, really sick. This was like when it came out in a theater, and I remember I had a huge fucking psychology test the next day. This was college, second or last semester in college. Sick as a dog with a cold or whatever, and I was like, you know what, man? I want to go see a movie in the theater. So I went by myself. One of the only times ever I went to the movies by myself. I went, I saw it. There was like two other couples in the theater. They both left not even an hour in.
Yeah.
They were not feeling it. I really liked it because it was nothing like he knew, number one, that he couldn't top what Argento did. No one's going to out Argento. The only person that could make that movie was Argento at that time, and the colors. And what he did the opposite. Instead of colorful, he made it really bleak. Instead of the dancing being a very minor aspect, that's like the aspect of the remake. I like that he changed everything. He took the same idea and just completely changed the whole ball game. And the finale, I guess you didn't get there. The finale is fucking batshit insane crazy.
Why didn't they just call it something else, brother? See, maybe that's
why
they
should have probably called it something
else. You know
what
I'm saying? Maybe that's why I couldn't get through it, is because I kept thinking Argento. And isn't it like 2 hours and 45 minutes?
2.5 hours long. I believe if you have Prime, you could stream it on 4K.
Yeah.
It looks fucking great. I give it the pass. I enjoyed the movie. I think because to me, what a good remake should do is take the concept and do something else with it. And this movie did. The question is, for people that didn't like it, did it do something effective, different? And for a lot of people, the answer was no. But honestly, I enjoyed it. I thought he really understood that. I appreciate, put it to you this way, that it wasn't shot for shot the same fucking movie, because that would have failed miserably.
Yeah. Because you can't match it.
No, you can't. Like, why even try? I wasn't in favor of it. I was like, that's a movie you should never fucking touch.
Right.
But in a world where they touched Halloween, in a world where they touched Dawn of the Dead, in the world where they touched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is there no justice? Like, it's
I know, right?
Like, everything's gonna be fucking remade at this point. It's just like
they're talking about remaking Jaws, bro.
They fucking can't remake.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I know.
What the fuck, man? If they remake fucking Jaws, I'll scream. That you shouldn't touch that fucking movie.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know. Who knows? I'm worried about that one. Wasn't a fan of the remake. Yeah, no, you're definitely not alone. They should have called it something different. But Grande, I'm a huge Argento fan, except for his last two efforts. Yeah.
Well, you didn't like Dracula 3D? What's wrong with you? No, I'm just kidding.
Dracula. You want mind blown? Same cinematographer as Suspiria.
Yeah, I know, right?
And Dracula 3D looks like a fucking porno. Like, it looks like a fucking Skinemax movie.
Yeah, it's like a porno Hammer movie. That's exactly what.
Emphasis on the hammer.
Yeah, right.
Suspiria remakes, just very long. Don't expect to be anything like the. Yeah, no, it's completely the opposite of the original, and that's why I kind of. Like, I applauded it, and I thought it had a very crazy plot twist in there. I won't ruin if you do ever decide to go back. I was surprised by this plot twist, and I thought, I don't know, the gore towards the end of it, and the brutality, and there's a certain death scene in it. I don't know. I enjoyed the film.
Is there boobs, blood, and mayhem?
There's blood. There's mayhem. I'm trying to think. Were there any boobs?
Listen, 2 hours and 30 minutes, and there's no titties. I ain't watching it, bro.
There might have been yits, but I
don't. Come on, man.
But they weren't memorable yits. Like, they were flat. Like, ballerina yits aren't fat. You know what I mean?
It don't.
They got nice legs. They don't have big yits.
Who was in it? Who was the main girl? Was it
Dakota Johnson?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. See, I don't like her either.
Yeah, no. I actually really. I don't know if you've seen Bad Times at El Royale. I really like that movie.
Yeah. Actually, that was good.
That was a good movie.
I'm
not a big fan of her either.
Yeah.
It's weird too. Tilda Swinton plays that little old man in it.
What?
That's Tilda Swinton.
No way.
I swear, bro.
I do like Tilda Swinton a lot. Big
I like
fan.
when she plays old men.
Yeah, actually, didn't she play in Constantine?
Yes, yeah. That was
listen. That's a topic we got to talk about at some point. Constantine, are you a fan?
The movie I love, yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. I'm a huge fan. Like, one of my all-time favorite movies.
Really? I didn't know you liked it that much. That's Shia LaBeouf's in that too.
Yeah, that's the reason I love it so much.
My girl Rachel Wise, beautiful.
Yeah, I know, right? No, well, I mean, we don't talk a lot about non-horror stuff. I guess that's a little horror, but yeah, we've never talked about that before. I'm a huge fan of that film.
Bro, if you ever want to come on and talk about Constantine.
Oh yeah, fun. I was hoping that they would make a second one. They were talking about it there during the pandemic. That would have been pretty cool.
Hey man, if they're making a fucking Night of the Living Dead 2 with the Day of the Dead cast, Constantine 2 can't be too far.
That's right. That's right. Oh shit.
Anyway, it is what it is. But anything else you want to mention on here?
Nope. Thanks for having me on, brother. Always enjoy it, man. Always, I love doing commentaries, or at least quarter commentaries on a movie we just watched together.
Oh, totally. No, hey, I definitely we could just shoot the shit on anything. Like,
yeah, right.
Peanut butter for 2 hours. I think it would be entertaining. Skippy or Peter Pan? Who the fuck is better?
Jeff.
Yes, Jeff.
Actually, I really enjoyed our joyride.
Oh, that's another a lot of fun.
That's another one of my favorites.
Down the road, maybe I don't know how everybody else would feel about this. I want to do like a horror roundtable.
Hell yeah, dude, that would be awesome. How many people can you get in this? Like 10, 12?
I've seen 6, but maybe there's more. I don't know. Trenchy's in the house. What's up, Trenchy? I don't know. I'm not sure how many people you get on this. I think it's a lot, but like I definitely would be down like to do that. You would definitely. I would want you. I want AJ. You know.
Hell yeah,
Corey, if he's available, it would be fun.
That'd be really cool.
Maybe Nate. I know Nate's busy, but you know, there's a ton of people, one of my listeners that are.
What's up with Nate?
What do you mean?
Is he doing all right?
Yeah. I
haven't seen him much.
Not 2 weeks ago. He's been doing wrestling. Like he's been much more into that lately. Like he's more on that kick right now. So he's definitely he's not reviewing as much horror, but he's still doing great. I talk to Nate a lot. I talk to Nate every week. I definitely.
You know, he lives like half hour from me.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you live that close.
Yeah, man. He's on the south side of Columbus. Yeah,
dude. If you guys run into each other, that's like icon meeting icon.
The world would just explode.
Everybody would like mark out.
We should do that. I should get a hold of the
round table. Yeah, 6 on free version, 10 if you pay. That's what Trenchy said. So I'm not paying for dick.
No, right.
So 6 would be the max. But Grant, that's a lot. I don't know. Round table, I would think like 4 or 5 would be perfect. Maybe we could do 6. I don't know. I definitely maybe I have the schedule for July pretty much filled, but maybe an August thing, maybe a mid-August thing. Maybe especially I know you're off, so that's pretty cool.
Maybe pre Halloween. That would, you know what I'm saying? That would be a, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Or maybe we could round table Halloween Kills. Isn't that the end of September?
We certainly get views. I just don't know. I know that me and AJ aren't fans, and I know Corey was a big fan of the new one. And then I remember you initially hit me up and you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, I wasn't. You know what, though? I've gone back and watched it a few times. And again, it's not as bad as I initially thought, but yeah.
Warmed up to it a little bit, I see.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, one I could sit down and watch, but it's not in my top 200. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fun fact for everybody. The minute I saw when Don texted me, he was like, "What did you think?" I told him. He goes, his review first sentence was, "First off, no boobs," in all caps.
What the fuck, man? Seriously, bro. I mean, I don't know.
I was like, "No yits." Automatic failure.
Automatic. That's -5 right there.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't think I have the text anymore. It was so fucking funny. You were like, "This is bad." Like you just, and you wrote everything that you felt, you wrote out in caps. It was fucking funny. Like I don't know. I like when I got that text, I was like, "Thank God I'm not alone."
Like I paid for my whole family to go see it. You know what I mean? Like we all went and saw it together, and it was a family thing. And as soon as we got out of the theater, everybody's like, "I got to go home because Dad's pissed." You know, my boys live. I was there, like, we got to get out of here. I'm like, well, it's kind of like the.
How can you believe there was no yits in that? What the fuck?
Well, listen, I got all boys. They know.
Yeah, but for real.
They said it first.
Yeah, sure.
Like, yeah, boobs, blood, and mayhem, Dad.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I know you're a massive Candyman fan, and I know the new one's coming out. So maybe we do something for that.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm a little nervous about that one, but I do love the original.
I think the original's fucking
Madsen, yeah,
maybe something like that. But yeah, no, roundtable, we could do anything. We could literally do like what I usually do is like the idea would be everybody picks 2 topics and we just go around the table. You know?
Okay, all right, that's
it'd be like 10 topics with 5 people. It'd be fun.
Yeah, sure. I got 6 hours.
Yeah, everywhere I look, I got free time. But,
yeah, listen, dude. Yeah, I'm down to do that. I think that would be a blast to actually get to talk to some of these people that I only see texts from and stuff. That'd be really cool. Get to know these guys.
No, I've been wanting to do it for a while. I just like it's hard to find time and a place that's good for everybody. That's the thing. Like if I ask however many people,
you're right.
All that day doesn't work. And
you're right.
It's tough, but I want to try to orchestrate it. That's definitely something. August. I'm shooting for August. I don't know what time yet, but August, hopefully.
Awesome. No, man, looking forward to something like that. That'd be cool. But I'll text you the link on that sound bar, and we'll stay in touch.
Yeah, of course, my friend. Of course.
All right, brother.
Thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Good to see everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Always a great time in the graveyard. But we will catch you next week. Until then, keep it too sweet. Peace. And we'll catch you next time only on the graveyard.